Hi, friends.
Oh.
Happy little Thursday around here. The firm of Harris and Meringue with you. Thank you for joining us. Patrick Harris here, yours truly. Right next to me is my good guy, Danny Meringue. We're here for you for the next 3 hours. Buckle up. Got 'em, boys.
Got him.
Have a lot of fun today. It's a Friday for you, Danny.
It is. Well, come on. It's a Friday only because I took tomorrow off so I can move.
It's a Friday in name only. In name only.
Yeah, it's a Friday before I go do the dreaded thing that everyone and their mother hates to do.
Yeah, because moving is not a day off.
Yeah,
Again, thankfully I don't have that much stuff, but it's moving into the second floor in an apartment. It's just going to be a pain, but it is what it is. And thankfully I've got some people who can help me, and I've got a truck and I've got a flatbed and all those things. Sprague was saying, when we moved houses, we paid somebody to help us move. And it's like, yeah, I could do that. I've always, I don't know, maybe I'm dumb, I'm stubborn, I'm cheap, at least my right hand works, which apparently Patrick Harris's doesn't.
Whoa, I did not know where you were going with that.
You just dropped the remote.
Well, I dropped the remote, and you were like, at least my right hand works. And I was like, that's a lot of personal alone time you're sharing here on Portland Sports Radio, my friend.
Like, what, you got Pornhub pulled up over there on your computer?
I just look over there, and
Your VPN works here?
I just saw you holding the remote up, and it just fell out of your hand for no reason.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
what's happening here? You having a stroke? What's going on? But no, the big thing is I've got a big sectional couch. I've got a big bed. I've got desks. I've got exercise equipment. Like, it's just like, tomorrow I'm going to be moving the coffee table, the end tables, all the other stuff, and then the big stuff. I got some people coming over to help me with. So I'm going to be sore. I am not working out tomorrow. That is not happening. I did leg day today, and I'm already like, what the hell was I thinking?
Can I say I do leg day every day because I walk?
No.
I mean, I'm not going for a walk. That would be ridiculous. But, I did walk at some point today.
There you go.
I believe that it's called urban hiking.
Urban
Oh,
hiking.
God. Here we go with this again.
Urban hiking. Well, I love urban hiking. All the flowers. It's so herbaceous and earthy.
God, I hate you so much.
I don't know what you have against herbaceous. It's just a descriptor.
I just hate it.
All things can be great if used correctly. All things can be terrible if used incorrectly. See your right hand.
Well, I'll say heroin, not okay to use correctly.
I believe there are medicinal values to heroin.
Yeah, I don't think it's okay, though.
Small doses, maybe.
Did they cover that in what was it? Was it Tombstone?
Yeah, and I think a lot of medicines at the turn of the century. Had,
That's not
heroin.
That's not
cocaine
heroin.
and-
That's opiate. It's opium. It's from the poppy. There's medicinal uses for that. Heroin straight into the veins, no use.
the black tar, the goods.
That's like saying it's pizza sauce, not spaghetti sauce.
Those are two different sauces.
I understand.
Yeah, I know, but also,
I mean, look, they're next door neighbors.
sure.
Ingredients are similar.
But the difference is doctors are giving you and prescribing you a painkiller, not prescribing you the black tar heroin.
What if a chef made me spaghetti with pizza sauce?
Though he's a dummy.
But he's the chef, similar to the doctor.
Or you just go to Nona Amelia's and you get the pizzagetti.
Again,
That's a
fantastic, by the
menu
way.
option?
Yes. Pizza
Spaghetti with pizza sauce.
No, it's a pizza with spaghetti on top of it.
Too far.
yeah,
No, it's
hard
good.
pass.
No wonder this country's going to hell.
It is a delight.
This country's going to hell, not because of political stuff, but because of spaghetti on a
That's
pizza.
one reason, but
Why do you need pasta on bread?
carbs upon carbs.
What are you, 5?
Yes. We've had this discussion many times. I have the palate of an 8-year-old.
At some point, I do need to be one of those guys that goes to a sporting event with a bag of cold pizza. You seen those dudes? Like you see them in baseball stadiums and football stadiums. A lot of places let you bring in food if it's in a clear Ziploc bag. And there are people that bring in bags of spaghetti, like mom's spaghetti. And they're just there with a plastic fork, just chilling in the 6th inning, the upper deck, eating spaghetti.
No. Hard pass, dog.
Do you like cold spaghetti?
No.
What about cold spaghetti sandwiches?
No.
I mean, I guess that's.
I don't like spaghetti.
I guess that's pasta on bread. You don't like spaghetti?
No,
What are you, 5?
I'm not a big. Look, I'm not a big like. I'll just say spaghetti because I like some tortellini. Lasagna's okay. I'm not a huge pasta guy.
You're not a pasta guy.
Nah.
If you don't like lasagna, and you don't,
And again, I'm not. I've
you're
never
not
been
gonna
like.
die if you eat it.
Yeah,
but
no,
you're just
but
not into it.
I'm never gonna go. Oh my God, I really want lasagna. Never.
No.
Never.
My wife makes a banging lasagna.
No, look, my family
Samesies.
my family makes good Italian food. Always has, but it's never like, if I go to an Italian spot, I'm usually going to get like, I'll get a chicken parm.
I was gonna say a fried chicken dish.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go chicken parm. I'll go veal, like those kind of things. Lamb. I'll do a lot of those, like those kind of things. But don't get me wrong, the chicken cacciatore, like I'll go down those veins. But like pasta,
You just don't want the pasta to be the main
yeah,
ingredient.
no side dish, totally fine.
What about top ramen? Did you ever eat top ramen?
Yeah, I'll get
Does
down.
ramen not count as pasta?
Well, I mean, I think if you're going,
No.
if you're going Asian pasta, Asian noodles, I'm in. There's almost
'cause, yes,
none of them.
There
I'm not
can
in
be
on.
a difference between noodles and pasta.
Yeah, because like ramen, pho, stuff like that, I make that all the time.
yeah, I love
That's my
pho.
jam.
I love pho.
Forget about it.
hmm
I love pho.
No, I will 100%. To be honest, after I move in, I will probably make a giant thing of ramen or a giant thing of pho and get down on it.
I was one time asked what my last meal would be with my in-laws, and I said, you go through your appetizers, your first course, your second course, and then I'm like, then I want a big bowl of pho.
Mm.
Somebody looked at me and said, "You want soup
Mhm.
like for your last meal?" I said, "Hell yeah!" And everybody laughed at me.
I mean, I've
But
had
just
some
pho, not ramen, because
they're all-
ramen's too fatty.
Ramen's too fatty. You know this.
Oh, God, that's right. I told you I had that brisket fried rice when I was in Vegas.
That
a
sounds
couple years-
delish.
Yeah, I think I've told the story on air, but I think I was with the president CEO of a sports book, and we were having a crazy night. And he's like, "You guys hungry?" It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we're like, "Yeah, I could eat." And he's like, "Hold on, let me make a call." And I'm like, "Oh, he must be like having some food brought up." He's like, "No, we're opening up this new restaurant in the casino. I just called the chef at like 1 in the morning, and like basically I got the chef up, and they opened the restaurant, which was not yet open in the casino.
That's some power, dude.
Bro, it was like, oh,
I don't think you should be able to have that kind of power.
I was like, okay. And we go in there, and there's like, it's not like construction, but like it's not ready to be open kind of deal. You know what I mean? And they like pull a cover off the table, and he comes over and like rolls a cart over and cooks. Like he has, I guess they were doing like tastings earlier, kind of a deal, like the pre-open.
Mhm.
And he cooks up some brisket fried rice from scratch at the table in this like wheel out wok. One of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life. I was just like, okay.
The only thing I ever get that's like tableside made are martinis.
Mm,
Because, I mean,
yeah.
let's be real here.
But I mean, they just left this giant wok of brisket fried rice like at the like right there next to us. We could just kind of get what we want. And chef's like, "You guys good?" We're like, "Yeah, dog. Thanks."
I'm going to go out on a limb
He
and say,
just dipped out.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think that chef was very happy about that.
Probably not.
Yeah. Not that it's necessarily your fault,
No.
but I don't think he was very happy
Look
about
again.
that.
I'm thinking like he's gonna have some food brought up from us from like one of the restaurants or casino.
The
down there.
buffet.
Yeah, like I could eat. That's all I was thinking. And he was thinking I could eat. Also, I could eat from scratch right now some brisket fried rice.
I'm not a buffet guy.
Look, man, have you ever done like the Wynn buffet?
I did the Wynn buffet, specifically
Yeah.
the Wynn buffet. It was fantastic. But, like, that's the only buffet
Yeah.
I'm ever going to do.
Oh God, no! Like that is the most spoiled buffet you will ever have. Now you might find something in like Saudi Arabia or something like that.
Sorry,
like,
I'm a big Chang's Mongolian grill guy.
oh,
That's
yeah, no,
not a
you-
buffet, though.
Yeah,
No?
No.
Okay.
Mongolian grill? No, they make it in front of
Yeah.
you.
Right, okay.
They cook it in front of you. This is like food already cooked in a hot pan.
But it is like the Wynn, like it came out of the oven or came out of the pot or came off the pan 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's you've done it. It's all fresh.
I ate a lot of crab.
I mean, they have steak in the buffet. I mean, every different way. It's up. It's
You
a
really
buff-
want steak that's been sitting around
It
for
hasn't.
God
been,
knows how
it
long?
hasn't been sitting. That's the thing. Like it's an $80 buffet. Like it's nice. So I'm with you in general, but I mean, I grew up poor. We did the Sizzler.
Oh.
We're going to Sizzler. We're going to see. Nobody white man can jump.
Have
No,
I
no.
have I told you about my good buddy that was foreign exchange student in high school?
Mm-mm.
My
Did
my
you steal
buddy.
$100 from him in a spelling contest?
No, I did not. His name was Fabian. He was
Mm-hmm.
from Cologne, Germany. Awesome dude. I believe he is a tennis coach for like the 24th ranked woman in the world.
Oh, there you go.
So he's like done well for himself. And he comes to America senior year, and he's getting ready. It's the end of the year. He's getting ready to go back home. We were like, "Hey, buddy, what's your favorite restaurant in America?" And he goes, "Ooh, McDonald's." I don't know. Izzy's is pretty good.
Mm.
I was like, pizza buffet?
No, but listen,
God, the rest of the world thinks we're fat asses.
Izzy's is pizza and a whole lot more.
And a whole
And a
lot
whole
more.
lot more.
Are they still around?
I don't.
I doubt it. There
I've not
used to be
seen
one.
one
There
in
used to be one in
probably a couple
Hazeldale.
decades.
Yeah,
There
it's
used to be
been a
one in
while.
Hazeldale by my house.
There
but
was one in
it's
the
been a
old Beaver
sports bar
Town.
for a long time.
There was the one in the old Beaver Town right off Canyon Road there.
I've definitely been to Old Country Buffet a couple times in my life when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever my wife's grandparents came to town, there was always a visit to the Sweet Tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
That's like higher end. That's like classy.
No. You know what? I hate that place.
Oh, okay.
It's awful because all it is salad and appetizers. There's not actually like an entree.
It's
So you
not
go,
food for Rust and his kids.
you get like salad and macaroni and some pudding. You know, which listen, trust me, I love my pudding, but yeah, but there's not like an actual like entree meal available. I hate Sweet Tomatoes.
Apparently, there's a few food trucks, but otherwise, all the actual locations are gone.
Yeah, that just came in on the YouTube. We're being told that by Greg that there's a food truck.
Okay.
What? So it's an Izzy's Pizza food truck? Is it like really bad pizza
I would
in a
imagine.
food truck? You just hankering for some really bad pizza? It's called Totino's.
Mm.
I had a Totino's 2 weeks ago. So I was like, I can't eat crappy food anymore. So I'm going out with a bang. I ate a Totino's. It was delicious. Except for my last piece got a little cold, so I heated it up and then burned the roof of my mouth.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, that's the Totino's I know and love.
That's my guy right there.
Sense memories.
Shout out Totino.
You have to
Flooding
pull-
in.
You have to pull out the old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel afterwards?
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
I pooped for days.
Yeah, that's
I'll never forget. I was in college when the Cleveland Indians hired Terry Francona, and I was so drunk at the bar that night, yelling Tito, because I was so stoked that Terry Francona was coming to the Indians. And I walked home from the bar, and I stopped at the grocery store. I stopped at Dismore's. Shout out.
the bag of Totino's.
Shout out Pullman, Washington. I got just one box of Totino's, just the full pizza, not the bites. I went home and made it because Totino's, to me at the time, looked like it said Tito's.
Mm.
That's the level of inebriation I was.
Yeah, that's probably not good for you, Bob.
No.
Did you see JJ Watt talking about how many pizza rolls? I think he was with Ian Eagle on the broadcast.
How many he's eaten?
No. How many he could eat?
Oh, I'm
Like-
probably 200.
Oh, like an ass sitting.
Like the most he could.
I
Most
was gonna
pizza
hit probably
rolls.
3 digits there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Guessing for him.
Yeah. Okay. How many do you think he said?
450.
That's a big number.
I was gonna say that's
Wow.
a big number.
It's a big dude. You see
Yeah.
all the, you see the look. Steroids be damned.
Yeah.
Those arms are huge.
He's-
I'm gonna
he's
cut
like,
that
what,
down to
6'8"?
I'm gonna cut that down to about a third, and I'll go with like 150.
You're not far off. I think I'm remembering right. He said 143. He was very precise.
That very precise has me questioning.
Have you done this
That's some-
before?
that's
Is
some-
this
some
an
bullsh.
estimation?
Yeah.
It's some bullshit.
Did you get to 140 once and realize you could have had 3 more?
Mhm. Also, I mean,
I mean, you've seen how many like pancakes Michael Phelps would eat when he was swimming.
oh, dude, what was it? 25,000 calories?
Something
Is that
like
what it
that.
was on a comp day?
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's swimming it off.
Sure,
So
and he's massive.
yeah. I mean, again, 6'4" and all that muscle. I remember when I was in the Air Force, I was, we were between 235, 245, but there was a lot more muscle back then. Let's just go with that. And I remember I ate remember the bag of pizza rolls you could get?
Totally.
Like that not see-through, like the white plastic bag that had like the little like iron clip on it
You
kind
mean
of
the
deal.
Totino's?
I don't think it was Totino's.
That's still a
though.
plastic bag.
I know, but it was some other I think it was like an off-brand thing, but there was like 50 of them in a bag, and I covered an entire sheet, and I ate the whole damn thing by myself, and I remember going, "Oh sweet Jesus, what have I done?" So you're telling me I'm going to do that 2 more times?
Oof.
2 more
I'm
times?
gonna pass on that, Bob.
Ooh.
God, my stomach already
Buddy.
hurts.
Oakley dokley. Well, we got a show for you today of some sort. It's a Thursday. That means it's 10 toes down on a Thursday. We'll do that at 12:15. Danny's off tomorrow, so we're going to treat today a little bit like a Friday. And then tomorrow we'll goof around a little bit with just me and Rusty.
Does that mean I don't have to come in tomorrow?
No, you're here with me, buddy. I am told running the board and hosting at the same time is impossible. So I'm not sure I really want to do that.
That's improbable, but not impossible.
We'll get to a lot of NFL today. We'll look around at all the NFL playoff games, make picks, and kind of see how we want things go. Web Gems will be a fun one today. We'll also get into the new Duck coordinators that was officially announced today. But we'll start in the NFL, as it seems like the Giants have their man. One in New York and one in L.A. Boy, the NFL's got to love that. Harbaugh to the New York Giants right here on 105.1 The Fan. $10.19 here, Portland Sports Leader, baby. Don't you forget it. We are alive from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326. That's the Fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. Send in your 10 toes down. We'll get to that at 12:15. Also, shout out to our lively friends always in the morning on the YouTubes over there, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. Come join us. We're going to have a great day today. Coming up this hour, we'll get into the NFC playoff games. Seahawks, Niners, Rams, Bears. Should be a doozy in both those games. So we'll get to that this hour. But let's start right here. It sounds like all signs point to the New York Football Giants hiring John Harbaugh to be their next head coach.
Oh, just ask our guy Ryan Cooley.
Oh yeah, what do you say?
Our fierce leader yesterday. Just send the tweet.
Resident Red Sox fan Ryan Cooley.
Yeah, Red Sox and Jets fan.
Red Sox. I thought he was Patriots guy.
No, yeah,
my bad.
big Patriots guy. Yeah, but no, he was like, "What are we doing? Just send the tweet.
Yeah,
just send. I'm hitting refresh. But it does sound like, he only had one visit scheduled. Everybody else was going to descend on Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So this sounds a little bit like the expedited version of the James Franklin deal.
He had to wait for a little bit for that, but
Well,
we all knew he was going to Virginia Tech.
But it was like there were other suitors, but he only went to one.
Mm.
And look, Harbaugh going. We talked about that. Which jobs are good?
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to have a say in personnel, and you want to go someplace, you're going to go for a new job.
Give you money for your assistants.
Okay, so what do the Giants have? They have Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
They have Malik Neighbors.
Yep.
They have Cam Scatterbo.
Yep.
They've got a defensive front that is nasty.
Yep. And young, very young.
And you're young
cheap.
basically across the board.
Mhm.
Now, your money is invested in your defensive front.
Sure.
Otherwise, you've got your rookie scale wide receiver, your rookie scale quarterback, your rookie scale running back. You need an offensive line. There's no doubt about that.
And you're picking 5th overall in the draft.
Ding, 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 ding. Miami offensive linemen, come on down.
Look, I think we've said this, that the best job probably available outside of Baltimore and Pittsburgh, because Harbaugh's not going to be at either of those, look like the Falcons.
Falcons and Giants.
Falcons are most ready
Yes.
to compete. I don't know if the Giants are ready to compete, but the Falcons are most ready to
And
compete.
on the ownership side, would you rather work for the Maras or would you rather work for Arthur
I'd
Blank?
probably rather work for Arthur Blank.
I would too.
The Maras, I think sometimes we maybe bash the Maras more than we should.
They're not the worst.
They're
but
not the worst.
They're a traditional older NFL ownership group.
I think they've also, since Tom Coughlin, have had a really rough go at hiring coaches.
Mhm.
They're hiring coordinators. They don't work, whether it's Spagnuolo or Dayball or whoever it is they're bringing in. They're just kind of not working. Harbaugh gives you something you haven't had since Tom Coughlin, and that is a leader. That is an organizational structure. I think if you're a Giants fan, you are stoked.
Do you know how old John Harbaugh is?
He's probably 52.
Uh,
55?
no, you are south.
Do you know?
I saw it.
Okay. He's 63.
Really?
Yeah.
Them Harbaugh boys, they age well.
Right?
Even old man Jack looks
Hey,
pretty
well,
good
just
for being
think of it this way.
105.
He was just in Baltimore for 18 years.
Mhm.
So, that tracks.
But it is kind of crazy to think about. Like, I think part of it is as we get older, we kind of become nose blind to like what age looks like. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they asked me how old I was, and I was like, I'm 41. And like, oh, that makes sense. And part of me was like, that makes sense? That jerk. It makes sense. You're 35, 36. Give me something.
I think the NFL loves that there's a Harbaugh in L.A. and a Harbaugh in New York right now. I mean,
yes.
they are the Golden Boys, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
What coaches have more
And in
swagger?
different conferences.
Yeah, what coaches have more swagger, quote unquote, in the NFL than the Harbaugh boys?
Campbell.
Okay, Tomlin, Campbell.
Yeah.
But the Harbaugh boys is nice to have
Oh,
in
yeah.
New
No,
York
and
and
you
LA.
have them in their big markets, and they know how to handle the media, and they know how to be savvy with all that kind of
And
stuff.
they're with
100%.
questionable owners, too, so they can kind of, and NFL can kind of mask
Mhm.
the Spanos, who
It's a
are
little
way
bit-
worse than the Maras.
It's a little bit of cologne.
Yeah, sure.
But it covers up the stink a little bit. But I think that's maybe why the Giants one is a little bit interesting. What's the timeline like with that team versus what is it with the Falcons? And also divisionally, like if you're talking about the Falcons, the NFC South, would you rather go against the NFC South or would you rather go against the NFC East? I think it's kind of
It's tough to say.
it's a
'cause
little
you-
bit of spin the chamber.
You have the Eagles. We have no idea what the commies are going to look like with Jaden healthy. I
Yeah.
assume they should be back to
And then
competitive.
the Cowboys.
I'm not in on. I think Cowboys got so much work to do.
Yeah.
So much work to do. This isn't a turnaround. And to B-Rod's point here on the text line, the Giants did lose a lot of close games last year. And, Dart came out running, and he's got to need some help. And a
Needs to not
veteran
get killed back there.
Super Bowl coach in Harbaugh's voice is going to go far with that kid.
The thing about that, I don't want to undersell that either. Having an adult in the room, and I don't think it was.
Huge.
I don't think Daboll wasn't an adult. I just think that once the mistakes were made, because the die was cast with the front office, and I'm a little I'm surprised, not surprised that Shane still has a job. But when you draft Jackson Dart, when you draft Malik Neighbors, and you draft Cam Scadaboo after blowing it with Saquon, and after blowing it with Daniel Jones, you maybe have a little bit of redemption there. But Harbaugh is going to walk into that room, and there's not going to be any, at least for the first 2 years, there's not going to be any stuff.
No, and I think what you bring up a good point with like Daboll and McAdoo and all those dudes that came through. When they made a mistake, it was magnified. If Harbaugh makes a mistake,
There's more rope.
He'll get a free pass for a little bit. There's grace there, and he can kind of move around that if he needs to. And
There's some grace.
the only thing that concerns me really is the unknown, and I don't know if it concerns me because again, to that point we were just saying, I give Harbaugh a lot of benefit of the doubt. What happened with Lamar? Is this a Harbaugh thing? Is this a Lamar thing?
Yeah.
Is this column A, column B? I imagine it's column A, column B.
I usually think it's both.
But what happened? I would really like to know how he loses out with the relationship of a two-time MVP, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, Lamar at times can come across a little prickly. He's got a little Kevin Durant in him sometimes.
That's an apt comparison.
A little sensy, but kind of puffs up when he needs to.
I don't think he's a bad dude.
No,
like
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think he's toxic in that sense.
No.
And again, I think it's an apt comparison because talent-wise, you're talking about two of the more unique players at their positions or in their leagues
Kevin
in the
Durant's
league's
top
history.
10 player of all time.
Yeah. And as far as like talent and like style, there's nobody else like him.
I mean, and Lamar is the prototypical modern-day quarterback. He can run.
Well,
He's got an arm.
I would go beyond that. I'd say he's an outlier. I think him and Cam Newton are probably the two of the most unique quarterbacks.
But that's what I mean. If you could choose a body type, like me, I love the Allen body type, the Herbert body type.
I would rather go Allen.
But
than
Lamar's
Lamar.
a little smaller, but he's got a cannon too.
Yeah, but what has Lamar missed? Games.
Yep.
Why? What Jaden Daniels? What has he missed?
He probably runs too much.
So what is the thing that helps when you run the ball too much? Is it being 6'5", 6'6", 250 pounds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you're asking me who I'd rather have stylistically, Cam, Josh, Herbert,
it sounds
Rodgers even. Like
Yeah.
I want bigger.
It sounds like he is obviously going to have his pick of coordinators. It sounds like he's going to bring Monken over. And if Monken comes over with him, that will be very fascinating for me to watch his progression with Jackson Dart.
That was one of the things they talked
It
about.
felt
Is
like
they
that was
wanted him to fire him as well, and he was like, "No,
No,
it's
I'm
my
good.
guy."
So we'll see how that rolls.
The reporting right now is barring any setbacks, Harbaugh is ready to accept the Giants deal as the team expected to hire him as soon as possible. It sounds like Schefter has said both the deal's done and they're far apart. So I'm like, oh, so it's money.
Come on, Chef.
It's money.
Pick a side here,
Well,
buddy.
he's reporting based on what Joe Shane is telling him, and he's reporting based on what Harbaugh's agent is telling him, and he's conflating the two. And it's like, okay, just pay that man his money and keep it moving.
I think I saw something in the neighborhood of 5 years and $100 million.
Oh, baby.
$20 million a year for an NFL coach. That's got to be a new record.
I think it's actually really similar to what he was making in Baltimore.
Well,
we don't really know all those numbers a lot from NFL
Exactly.
guys.
There's a reason why.
Well, yeah.
They don't
But
want
what
it
that
out
tweet
there.
also said was, which would make him one of the league's highest paid coaches.
And I also saw similarly to where he was in Baltimore.
Which, yeah, you're not taking a pay cut.
No, you got a Super Bowl.
Not only that, you have the pick of the litter. You're the top of the board.
You have a Super Bowl. Yeah, you're the number one candidate. You have a Super Bowl, and your last name's Harbaugh. Don't think that doesn't matter in New York.
No, 100%.
You got to love the Stones on him for saying New York. Yep. You know, that's what they always say. Can you handle the limelight? Coughlin was great with it. Eli was great with it. Eli is a Manning, and he handled the New York media fairly well.
I do love that Harbaugh is flown to and fro via the owner's private jet.
Well, of course. Of course. What are you going to have him put him on the light rail?
I'm not going to have him fly commercial.
I mean, you can still do. You can still
Sit him next to Joe Biden on the subway?
Well, no, you can fly him out there, but do you send your jet,
Oh, I think when it's John Harbaugh, you send your jet.
or do you go get the special one?
No, you go get
Okay.
it's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours.
I like
John,
it.
do you like Diet Pepsi? I got 35 of them back there for you.
I have Mr. Pepsi on the plane.
with the secret recipe
Yeah.
to Pepsi here to share with only you.
It also has the McDonald's fries and
Oh, McDonald's fries.
yeah.
I'm hungry. Let's get into NFC division round. Division round playoff games. We'll start with the big one for a lot of you fans out there on both sides. Seahawks, 49ers, round 3. The NFC West back at it again. I need to find reasons, and please text them in 503-864-6326. I want reasons why the Niners can win this game, because that's what I'm struggling with. There's the kahuna with sports.
I hear they got some tasty burgers.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, we had little breaking news this morning in Eugene. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning announcing today he's promoting Drew Maringer to offensive coordinator and Chris Hampton to defensive coordinator. Maringer was the Ducks co-OC and tight ends coach. He's been with Lanning in each of his 4 seasons in Eugene, and Hampton just completed his 3rd season at Oregon. He was co-DC and secondary coach. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting again. The Giants finalizing an agreement with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh to fill their lead spot. Harbaugh amassed a 180-113 record in Baltimore with a Super Bowl win under his belt. Over in the association, the Trailblazers back home this evening, hosting CJ McCollum and his new squad, the Atlanta Hawks. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP. That is 2.2 on your antenna. Xfinity Channel 302 or 1016. Denny Avdia doubtful due to lower back soreness. Jeremy Grant is questionable with Achilles tendonitis. The Blazers are 4.5-point dogs. And ESPN reporting Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga has demanded a trade. After starting the first 12 games of the season, he has not seen the floor in the last 13 games. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris and Meringue. Weekdays 10 to 1. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
cruise over to Chicago here in a moment, but for the time being, we'll head up north to Seattle as the Seattle Seahawks will take on the San Francisco 49ers in part tray of their season series, which was split 1-1. This is your Saturday night game at 5 o'clock that you can hear right here on 105.1 FM, the Fan Sports Network, home of your Seattle Seahawks. I asked this in the break, coming into the break, Danny, and I'll ask you this now. I am really struggling, okay, after to find reasons why I think the San Francisco 49ers can win this game. Outside of, well, anybody can win any game.
Pure unadulterated magic.
And Sam Darnold could throw up all over himself. We just saw these two teams play 2.5 weeks ago, whatever it was.
I don't think there's anything that the Niners can control for that would be the thing that you could decide that with.
Now, as the text line's stating out, Fred Warner could come back.
Cool, yeah. Miss 15 weeks and go ahead and come back. Look,
There are a few people I trust in this league more than Fred Warner, though. I will give him that
I
credit.
don't care. I love Fred Warner. I think he's phenomenal. He's a Hall of Fame linebacker. He hasn't played in, 6 months, 5 months?
You're burying the Niners.
Yes!
I mean, you always have kind of the fraudulent 12-5 team. And
I'll believe it until they win a Super Bowl.
And that's what's tough because, against the Eagles,
that team hated themselves.
Brock was not good in the first half.
No.
Now, he made some great plays in the second half, and Christian McCaffrey is a dude, and that kind of happened. The Juwan Jennings trick play. There's a lot of guys that kind of play out of their mind in that game.
A.J. Brown decided, I'm just not going to do the thing.
Yeah, and the Eagles were you want to talk about fraudulent. I was concerned about the Eagles a lot in that game, but, give credit where credit's due, and the Niners somehow went in there and got it done.
100%.
I am no Seahawk fan. I have been really high on them all year, and I have no reason to kind of look back on it. However, the one argument you can kind of say that is easy to say is Sam Darnold. I want to say that. Find me a reason without it. The problem is it is a very, very large situation. Sam Darnold has struggled at times and can have issues where he turns the ball over. And if I'm a Seahawk fan, honestly, that's really my only big fear. I like Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy's good. I don't think Brock Purdy's elite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he can Josh Allen this team and Patrick Mahomes this team and put it on his back and win a game when it matters at the end.
Okay.
That I'm a little concerned about.
Let's do some numbers here real quick. Riddle me this. ESPN's analytics, their matchup predictor, has it basically 60-40 Seahawks.
60-40?
Do you know the spread?
No.
What would you think the spread is based off a 60-40 split on analytics in the NFL?
3.5.
Double it.
It's 7?
Why is the number 7? Now, the books are always going to be this, that, or the other. They're going to encourage bets, all those kind of things. And the closer you are geographically to the city of Las Vegas, the more wonky a number can be sometimes.
That's so strange.
Well, that's not, because people are dumb and they'll drive. They'll drive to Vegas to go place bets.
Okay.
That's why, if you ever look at a Laker number or look at a Dodgers number, go look at it and be like, that doesn't make any sense. Why? Because they'll get a couple 100,000, maybe a couple million people who will drive from L.A. to Vegas.
Take the desert ride.
Who will go place the bet on their team. But even with that said, 7 is a monster number.
It's a big number in the playoffs, especially as second round, a team that's a bye and a team that's won a game.
And teams playing their third game against each other this season. Mm-hmm. That tells me the ESPN matchup predictor can be one thing, but all of the modeling, all of the analytics behind everything in the books is saying Seahawks are going to rout.
Let's not forget that their meetings were the beginning of the season and the end of this season.
So you got to see the inflection points
These teams
and
are
how
very,
they played out.
Very different teams since then. And if Bosa doesn't bull rush Lucas on the offensive line, Seattle has a chance to win that game. I mean, that's been the story of Seattle all the time. Sam Darnold throws 4 picks against the Rams and they lose by a missed field goal. So it's like
they're there always.
This team is able to win in despite sometimes of Sam. And if Sam can go through and have a game like, look, the game against the Niners, I think Mike McDonald said this perfectly. I think he was like, we won 13-3. There's a lot of meat left on that bone. There was a lot of opportunity that the Seahawks had to wide open blow that game up. And I think it was like, play conservative, don't get hurt.
Out of here.
Get out of here, get the W, be the first round bye, and get out of here. Now it's all on the line. There's no conservative here. Now, but that's where the Sam Darnold experiment steps in.
What's a weirder number to you? The spread being 7 or the total being 45.5.
45.5 is a lot to me.
For what we've seen from these two teams.
Yes, because right now it looks to me like a 24-10 game.
Like, so you're giving up 10 points.
Yeah, and 7 of that might be late. I mean, what's the score at halftime? Seahawks aren't explosive a lot in the first half.
14-6.
It could be 9-3.
Yeah.
At halftime. Dude, whatever the halftime. I'm no gambler. Whatever the halftime number is, hammer it.
Yeah.
I like this Niners team. And
look, Shanahan has been unbelievable. I'm sure I haven't looked at the text line. I'm
for
sure
my money, he's my coach of the year.
Yeah.
I heard Jason Sukanik say it the other day too. It's his coach of the year too,
Yeah.
and he's done a great job. At some point, you just get beat.
Well, you run out. Look. When you watch this Niners team, do you get like the team of destiny thing that no matter what they're going to win? Because I don't.
No. But I also don't get that from Seattle either. That's actually what's fun about this whole playoffs. I don't get that from anybody.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like,
Sure.
Like if I was going to place it on anybody right now, it's the Texans.
It's Eli's Giants.
Yeah.
They were always wild cards. They always snuck into the playoffs, and then they'd win a game or two. It's halftime against the Packers in the NFC Championship, and you're like, Favre's going to throw a pick, and Eli's going to win this game. You know, David Tyree catches the ball, and you're like, this team is going to beat the greatest team ever assembled. There are teams of destiny. Seattle doesn't look like one. San Francisco sure as hell does not.
But you know what I mean? You just have those markers that you're kind of looking for. And again, I don't think there's that team out there yet. But if I was going to pick one, it'd be the Texans.
Another factor that we haven't even mentioned yet, which is surprising to me, that place is going to be bananas.
Yeah, Seattle winning that game, so the path goes through Seattle, not San Francisco. Because had San Francisco won that game, San Francisco would have had the bye and then played at home to the Super Bowl.
And I would have liked the Seahawks.
Through the Super Bowl.
I would have liked the Seahawks against Eagles. I would have liked them in that game.
Sure.
So we'd be here, but you're right. We'd be in San Francisco. That place is going to be bonkers. And if the Rams win, which we'll get to that game in a moment, your path to the Super Bowl is your division rivalries. The NFC West is bonkers.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. I'll take the Seahawks in this game. I'll stick with my thought, 24-10. Late, maybe drive from San Francisco. I don't think this game's close.
I'm with you. I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover, which anything over 6.5. Jeff, you know this in the picks that we've had over the years. I don't touch lines that are over 6.5.
It's a big line.
You're giving me a whole touchdown?
Look, I still think,
buddy.
honestly, I think this is a field goal game.
Think
yeah,
so?
I think it's just division familiarity and smash mouth rock fight.
I think this is like a field goal game.
As Sam says on the YouTube here, the Seahawks should win as they're healthier and have already beaten them, plus it's a home for them. I'll take Seattle by 13 late. I want it, and I understand the Fred Warner thing. I'm a little more positive about it than you are, but that doesn't mean a lot about Fred Warner. And we don't even know if he's going to play.
Hey, look, it's nothing against Fred. I love him. He's one of my favorite players in the league to watch.
Bonafide Hall of Famer.
But the idea that he's going to go out there, and look, if he plays, he's going to put it all on the line. There's no doubt about that. But I just find it very, 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 very hard to believe that he can be that impactful coming off that.
I will eat crow because the Niners have something the Seahawks don't. Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
C-Mac can do some
He's
really
magical.
wild things. I mean, that is one of the best players I've ever seen in my life. And
No doubt about it.
He might go down as maybe one of the most underrated players of this period of time.
All because of injuries. It's the only
And
reason.
Carolina.
Yeah. But even then, we talk about Barry Sanders a certain way despite him playing for a dog-ass team.
But as this texter points out, too, Niners will have Trent Williams back. You know, that's a huge impact.
He's there, but is he Trent Williams?
I don't know.
He's still, again, talking about first ballot Hall of Famers. Has been the best left tackle in football for God knows how long.
And what did we say at the beginning of the year when the Seahawks hired Mike McDonald? Or about Mike McDonald being the coach there? He is there to beat Shanahan and McVay.
He's the counter to the offensive geniuses.
Put your money where your mouth is, because that's what it's most likely going to be. Speaking of that, let's go to Chicago. As the Bears advance, they will take on the Los Angeles Rams. Spin the chamber? What Caleb shows up? I don't know, but we'll get to that next. 105.1 The Fan. got bad intentions. Your Sunday night game. I'm glad that both these are the night games. I think they're the games I'm the most excited about. Rams at Bears. That's a 3:30 kick. You can catch that on NBC Peacock. Current spread for you degenerates out there, 3.5 the Rams, total 48.5. Do you feel a little similar in this game, Danny, to the Niners Seahawks game, that I'm trying to find reasons why the Rams don't win this game?
Oh,
is this going to be one of these things? One of these fight-on things?
just conveniently had my hat on today.
Well, just because he went to USC doesn't mean he's better than Matt Stafford.
Oh, you
No,
just
he's not.
conveniently had one of your 19 USC hats on today.
You know, I've moved some things over, and I moved my hats yesterday. You know those big giant Tupperware things? Filled one up.
Yeah.
Just hats.
Do
And I was
you-
like,
Do you do realize that my critiques of Caleb Williams have nothing to do
Oh, I
with
know.
him being a Trojan?
and to be honest,
In fact, I prefer him to be a Sooner.
Look, they should.
I'll just say this: my love of him, like not even love, like my appreciation of him, is separate from him being a USC guy.
Really?
It really is.
I mean, that's why I wear short shorts when you them
And
legs, bro. Like,
Yeah.
When there's
I
a
root for my guys.
no, I am rooting for that perspective, but watching him play, I just love watching him play.
There is
Like,
great energy
look,
to him.
Ashton Genty, I wanted the Raiders to draft him, not because he went to Boise State, because I loved him. Brock Bowers, I wanted the Raiders to draft him because he was really good. I have had the opportunity, I got to see Caleb Williams play live 3 times. I've never seen a guy in college look like that.
Yeah.
I never got to see Reggie in person.
Well, and in his NFL life, he's got a little kind of that Dante to him of moments you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
what was that? That was amazing. And he's been insanely better this year than he
Yes.
was last year. Ben Johnson has been a giant move for him and has helped, I don't want to say save his career. He's only been in the league for 2 years, but it has helped elevate his career quickly.
Yes. Well, it turns out having a coach that's not a complete dunce, super helpful.
It's super helpful.
Who
but
knew?
A coach who's not a complete dunce, that's Super Bowl winning Sean McVay.
Yes.
This Ram team is rolling. You have Matt Stafford, who's most likely going to be the MVP. You've got a 1,200-yard rusher. You've got a 1,700-yard receiver. This team is really, really good.
They are.
If you are the Bears, the recipe was written for you by the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Bears are a better team than the Carolina Panthers, correct?
Yes, the Panthers have a better defense.
Agreed.
And the Bears don't have TJ Edwards, whose leg exploded last week.
But I don't expect Caleb Williams to have 4 really awful throws in a potential game-winning drive like Bryce Young
No.
did. However, what Carolina did to the Los Angeles Rams was the
Blueprint.
The blueprint.
Yes.
Thank you. 3 of 13 on third down. They got him out. Put some pressure on Stafford. Old man doesn't like getting hit.
He's not going to move.
No, he's not. You know what he's going to do back there. You know their game plan. They want to run the ball. They want to throw it to Puka and get out there and be high flying and get out to a lead quickly.
And you know the Bears have a significantly better offense than the Panthers do.
Significantly.
Here's the thing that I'm going to be watching for in this game. The Bears could not run the ball against the Packers, and they have one of the best rushing attacks in football.
That is true. You got 2 almost 1,000-yard rushers.
Can you get those guys going, and all of a sudden, we know Caleb can make magic happen. Can you get away from having to have him make magic happen? Can you keep Matt Stafford off the field, keep your defense off the field by being productive on those third downs, keeping the chains moving, eating up clock? Look, we talked about this the other day. There is not a score in this game where I'm going, that's unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like, if the Rams blow out the Bears, fine. If the Bears blow out the Rams, fine.
I think I'd be a little surprised by that.
I wouldn't.
I think I'd be surprised if the Bears blow out the Rams just because
I would be
McVay
surprised by that.
and the talent.
I wouldn't be surprised by them winning, but
No.
I'd be surprised by them blowing them out.
Let's get into that, though, the coaching matchup. Well, no, go ahead.
Well, here's the other thing, too, that we have to watch out for, I think, is how right is Matthew Stafford's throwing hand going to be?
That's
Yeah,
huge.
they're smashing it against a helmet.
It's going to be big. It's going to be big to see how he is from a health standpoint. The thing for me that I really want to watch is that McVay offense versus a Ben Johnson offense. Look, this isn't McVay Shanahan or McDaniel where they're all kind of, inbred and homies, Matt LaFleur, et cetera. But Ben Johnson is one of the flashier trick plays, all this kind of.
He pulls out a play every game where you're like, what was the double throwback last week? You know, that fakes left, comes back right. Now Packers blew it up. It was great. It was great defense because what the Packers did last week early on in that game was they flew to the ball. They over pursued, and I wonder just how much of that the Rams are going to take, because I bet you the Bears are going to have counters for that. To maybe get some of that aggressiveness away, but so much of that is going to come from the Bears running game and whether or not they can get that going.
They're going to have to get it going.
Because if they get it going and all of a sudden now you're getting Caleb outside the pocket, that's where he shines. We all know where the magic comes from is when them little tiny Fred Flintstone legs get outside the pocket and he can make something happen. Whether it's tucking the ball and going, extending the play and making a Herculean throw. I've said this when we came back last week. That throw that he had to Rome Odunze is one of the best throws I've ever seen a quarterback make.
It's really nice. It's top one this year for
sure. It is
a
4th and 8 for your playoff life, and it is a throw that is layered.
He's kind of cross-bodied,
rolling to his left with his legs wrapped up. The difficulty scale is off the charts, and it's inch perfect. So, you know what he's physically capable of doing. Mm-hmm. You know there's not a throw in the game that he can't make.
Right.
When you've got that, like when you talk about the 49ers, what can they do? I don't look at Brock Purdy and go, there's not a throw in the game of football that guy can't make. When I look at Caleb and the Bears, I go, even though the Rams have it, there are throws that I know Caleb Williams can make that 5 other guys in modern football can make. And when you've got that, there's just something about that where I'm just like, screw it, give me the Bears.
You're taking the Bears in this.
It opened at 4.5. It's already been bet down to 3.5.
They asked Sean McVay if he had talked to Matt LaFleur about playing the Bears. And he, pushed it away. No, I don't know. I probably won't talk to him. I don't know. I just want to let you know that Matt and I are very, very good friends.
In other words, we've talked.
We've talked. And that's going to be the tricky thing, because part of what has the Bears in this position, not to take away from Caleb or Ben or that team in general, but the Packers had them dead to rights.
They did.
And
then Caleb.
Now, Caleb had to do the things to get them to win, but the Packers kind of let him a little bit too. A little column A, column B.
I pushed back on that a little bit.
Caleb had to do it, which he did. But the Packers gave you nothing offensively in the second half. If the Rams get out to a little bit of a lead, they can't let Caleb try.
No.
They have to shut it down.
You have
to put your foot on it.
Stake through the heart kind of deal, because it wasn't just the throw to Odunze. It was the throw to Loveland. It was the throw to DJ Moore. Like
25 points in the fourth quarter.
Like he was.
That's 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion.
He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. Throw after throw after throw. And when you've got that guy, it's not that you have a chance. You're in it.
I'm going to take Stafford.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I'm going to take Stafford in a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 28-24.
So
Stafford leads a game-winning drive.
Total in this game is 3 points more than Seahawks-Niners.
That's insane.
It's 48.5.
I like the over on that. I think these teams can play offense.
Well,
the Rams' defense has not been dominant.
Here's where the push comes in. Have you seen the projected weather for Soldier Field?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 65 and sunny.
19 and a little chance of the white stuff.
Ooh, them old bones in Stafford ain't going to lock.
That's where I look at that and go,
I'm a little cold, baby.
LA team at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
And a sore hand?
Mm-hmm. Now, the good news is it's a 3:30 local kickoff and not the 5:20 local kickoff.
Yeah.
Where that temperature ain't going to warm up at night.
Oh, it's 3:30 our time.
No,
I'm
3:30 our time. Yeah,
yeah,
so
you're
that's 5:30.
Yeah, so it is the 5:30. So it's going to get colder.
It's going to get cold. It's going to get cold. Well, I have to take the Rams because I want Rams-Seahawks in the NFC title game.
Give me the Bears.
Okay.
Give me the Bears.
All right, let's switch to the AFC.
This one's pure fun.
This is going to be a fun game. Let's switch to the AFC as we'll get into Bills and Broncos, Texans, Pats, but we'll start with the Buffalo Bills. How much pressure? We say this every week about them. Is there more pressure on them than any other team to win this week? Loaded hour number 2. Stick with us. We're having a great time on a Thursday. 105.1 The Fan.
Hey, it's Doug.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on The Fan, got some breaking news this morning in Eugene. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning announcing today he's promoting Drew Maringer to offensive coordinator and Chris Hampton to defensive coordinator. Maringer was the Ducks co-OC and tight ends coach. He's been with Lanning in each of his 4 seasons in Eugene, and Hampton just completed his 3rd season at Oregon. He was previously co-DC and secondary coach. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting the Giants finalizing an agreement with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh to fill their lead spot. Harbaugh amassed a 180-113 record in Baltimore with a Super Bowl win under his belt. Over in the association, the Trailblazers are back home this evening hosting CJ McCollum and his new squad, the Atlanta Hawks. That's a 7 o'clock tip on KUNP 2.2 on your antenna, Xfinity Channel 302 or 1016. Denny Avdia doubtful due to lower back soreness. Jeremy Grant is questionable with Achilles tendonitis. The Blazers are 4.5-point dogs. And ESPN reporting Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga demanding a trade. After starting the first 12 games of the season, he has not seen the floor in the last 13 games. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy. He is at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan.
All right, hour number deuce here. Thanks for being part of our day. If you missed any of the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com.
You said deuce.
The Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. Jump over on the YouTubes as well, youtube.com/1051thefan. If you missed Josh Pate this morning on Dirt and Sprague, you can catch that wherever you get your podcasts. Primetime Boys are back in action. So if you missed them yesterday, if you're not going to catch them live today, you can do that on the YouTubes or the Odyssey app. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future. That would be impossible. Coming up this hour, we will get to Texans Patriots as well, as we're talking division football. We'll get into a little bit of Blazers chatter at 11:30 plus Web Gems. It is a 10 toes down Thursday, so get those in 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. We will get in to the newly officially announced coordinators for your Oregon Ducks. But let's start here in the AFC, all right? The number 1 seed Denver Broncos are hosting the Buffalo Bills. I'll have a good buddy from Altitude Sports Network, Alex Rajanemi, on the show tomorrow to talk a little Bo Nix and a little Broncos.
I'm bummed I won't be here for Raj.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Raj is great. We've become real good buddies with those guys out in Denver, and I'm excited to talk to him a little bit about Bo and a little bit about...
Even if they did unplug our row.
Even if they did unplug our row. That is right.
You better
fault.
give him crap about that tomorrow.
I'll give him grief about it tomorrow. But let's go there right now. Before we get into Josh Allen, because I think there's no doubt about it that there's a lot of pressure on him to win this football game.
He's also... Josh Allen's the best player remaining in the playoffs, right?
Easily. Christian McCaffrey?
Career?
No, Josh Allen.
Career? Christian.
I think it's...
But best player right now?
Yeah, it's probably
Josh.
It's probably Josh. I guess I just wanted to give a little love to
to
Christian
your
McCaffrey.
father-in-law.
This is still something that I don't remember if I brought it up on our show yesterday or with Luke, but Josh Allen, as a quarterback, the ranks number 23 in the NFL in career rushing touchdowns.
That's such a wild stat.
And he's 8 years in.
Yeah, he's
But-
pretty good.
You know, this Broncos team last year played the Bills in the first round in Buffalo, and it was over quickly.
That thing was done.
It was kind of a bloodbath. I think it was the first game of the playoffs, too, like television-wise, and you're kind of like, uh-oh, this is not good.
Was not the start that we had this season.
No, it's not. But this team, boy, has really shifted from that. They kind of overperformed last year, and here they are hosting as the 1 seed. I want to just go over some stuff in their last few games. So they lost 2 of their first 3 games and then lost to the Jags 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, That's a big chunk of time where they were winning games. Some of them were close.
Well, remember at the beginning of the season, their defense was inept.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, isn't this supposed to be one of the best defenses in football? Like, where the hell is it at?
You remember that win against the Giants, 33-32?
Just nasty.
Since then, their defense has given up 24, 15, 7, 19, 26, 17, 26, 20, 13, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
This defense
Now,
is
that
real
Chargers
deal.
team was nobody.
Understood.
But yes.
This defense is the real deal,
Yes.
the real deal. And the
What we expected it to be.
The jump Sean Payton has given the Broncos from last year to this year is why you hire guys like Sean Payton. It's why the Giants hire people like John Harbaugh, because you're expecting them to make that jump. Dare I say that all the pressure is on Josh Allen to win this game? Yes. I don't know if the Broncos can win this game if Bo doesn't play well.
I don't think Bo can do the thing that Bo has done so far in his career, which is be the slow starter.
Agreed. He can make a mistake.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's got to play perfect football.
No, when you've got that defense, you can make a mistake.
But Bo's got to be ready.
He's got to come. Bo does not need to come out and throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. That does not need to happen.
No.
But-
That's not how Bo plays anyway.
No, but he can't be the guy that at halftime is 8 of 14 for 97 yards and no touchdowns.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that can't be the thing. Unless through some sheer form of magic, Denver has managed to score 2 defensive touchdowns.
Right. But
Or they have got an incredibly short field twice. Or, you know what I mean? There's got to be something that throws it out. He needs to be not prolific, but more productive.
there's something interesting when you look at the top 2 seeds in the AFC in New England and Denver,
Mm-hmm.
and then compare them to the top 2 seeds in the NFC, which are Seattle and Chicago. I mean, Chicago kind of lives in the Denver, New England area. Denver, despite being the number 1 seed with a bye, I think are kind of playing with house money. I think a 1 seed and a bye was a lofty goal for them
Sure.
this year. Improve, better quarterback play, staunch defense, get into the playoffs, make some noise.
We all expected the Broncos to be in the playoffs, but we expected the Chiefs to have that number 1
I don't
seed.
think we expected them to do this. So I feel as much as it would sting if you're a Bronco fan to lose this game, I don't think it's the end of the world if you lose this game. Now, you flip that on its head, what's the narrative if Buffalo does not pull this out?
I don't think you fire McDermott.
Because I do.
You do?
I
Okay.
do. I think it is Super Bowl or bust. And whether it's fair to McDermott, whether it's fair to this Buffalo Bills team, whether it's Joe Brady, the GM, etc., top to bottom, I don't think that's fair. But the outside noise is going to say what we've said for weeks. No Joe, no Lamar, no Mahomes. Like, this is your window,
This
bud.
is we just got done
You
talking-
are the best quarterback left in the NFL.
Not only that, he's probably the best
player who can don the cape and do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to lie on Josh. And for the most part, Josh doesn't always vomit on himself. It's not like Josh gets to the playoffs and he just and can't do it.
No, it's just he hasn't had. Sometimes he hasn't had the chance.
Yeah, or he's doing a tush push it's a yard and a half and he can't get a yard and a half when they could have probably run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it's not on him. But boy, the noise is going to be real loud on him and definitely on McDermott if they lose this game.
Well, and I think too, we talked yesterday about Josh Allen and putting on that cape and whatnot. The Denver Broncos got to the number 1 seed with Bo Nix only 4 times this year, surpassing 300 yards passing in a game.
Look, they give Caleb Williams a ton of grief for this.
To be clear,
And only 3 times did he did he throw more than 2 touchdowns in a game.
Caleb threw for more yards than Bo this year.
Hmm?
Just like let that sit. And like, oh, the Bears and da-da-da, and Caleb didn't do this. And
Well, we're
like,
looking at what, probably 26 or
but,
so yards.
but that's my point.
Yeah.
Is that it's the
And touchdown numbers
it's the
very
frame.
similar.
Yes, it's the framing. It's the reference. It's the things that kind of go around it. Where it's like when we talk about Herbert and the passes that he gets. Like, well, why is he not held to the same standard as Trevor Lawrence or Lamar Jackson or insert quarterback here?
Yeah, I think Bo gets a lot of that pass because kind of what I've said enthusiastically since that draft is that Bo's got the lowest ceiling, but he's got the lowest ceiling, but he's got the highest floor.
Sure.
And to where Caleb has a high ceiling and a high floor, and his high ceiling is high, like high, like Marley high sort of thing. To where I think Bo gets a pass because we don't expect Bo Nix to be the Patrick Mahomes, to be the Josh Allen.
Yes.
That it's play mistake free
And also
and chew up some clock,
Yeah.
run the football, give me some RPOs, play action, etc. And, look, I don't love their running back room. I don't love their wide receiver room. Their quarterback is good, but this team wins, and that's Sean Payton.
gun to your head, Khalil Shakir or Cortland Sutton?
Shakir.
I think you can say either one and be fine.
Cortland Sutton gets paid more than he should.
He's a very good wide
but
receiver.
I think we hold that to him too much. It's not his fault that Denver decided to
no,
pay
no.
him that much
And again,
money.
I think Sutton's
He's good. Sutton's good.
No, I think Sutton's a very good. He's a 1,000-yard wide receiver. He's 6'4". Like stylistically, I like him, but I don't know if I like him as my number one.
When it comes to who I think's going to win this game, I can't go against Josh until
I'm not
he
going
shows
to.
it. I don't think I'm going to. And I think Denver, you're in a great spot. If you're a Duck fan that watches Bo Nix, from afar, and you're not a Bronco fan because he's your boy and you went to Oregon, easy. If Bo has a rough game, don't kill him. It's his second playoff run. All right, it's second time in the playoffs since he's been in Denver.
So
He's never not gone to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So by the numbers, it's a coin toss, 50-50. Spread on this game, Broncos are -1.5, which if you're playing at home, it's 3 points.
Right.
So they're saying on a neutral site,
2.
it's the Bills are favored.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one thing we always have to take into consideration, it matters where are they playing. At Denver. At Mile High.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different beast. Thankfully, it's not going to be Chicago cold. It's going to be 40, but in that thin air, 40 hurts.
Let's see. This game is at 1:30 our time. That's 3:30 their time. At 4 o'clock today, it will be 41 degrees.
They're saying it's 40 for game time.
It's cold.
It's not going to burn you cold. It's not 19
It's cold
degrees
in altitude.
cold.
I know that's
the
an
thing.
easy narrative to say, but I've been to Denver 4 or 5 times in my life. Wonderful city, by the way. I love visiting Denver. I love the state of Colorado to begin with. It's a real thing. The first time I ever went there, I ran upstairs to get some deck of cards to play with friends.
And you're like,
and I got woozy at the top. Was like, whoa.
I'll give you the old Terry Porter adage. The TP used to always tell me this when the Blazers would play the Nuggets, and I'd run into him, and always the same thing. He goes, "You don't look at the first quarter, you survive the first quarter. After the first 15 minutes, you'll know whether or not you're going to be in the game, because that's how long it takes you when you're in the game and playing at that speed and doing the up and down the field." For you to get used to it.
Yeah,
it takes scientifically it takes 3 days.
Yeah, this is what
to get used to the altitude.
It's what built our love for Ryan Clark before he tore that away from us. We always felt bad for the guy because he couldn't play in Denver. Probably cost them some games too. I will take the Bills. You will take the Bills?
I'm going to take the Bills.
All right, let's stay in the NFC. We'll flip over to the other side on this Friday edition on a Thursday as we're going through the NFL playoffs in the division round. Last game on the docket is the Sunday game, Big Nooner, Texans at Patriots. You kind of said you weren't shocked by what happened, Rams-Bears. Boy, I got no idea here. We'll do that next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick, 105.1 The Fan.
The Oregon Ducks season came to an end.
We'll get to your Portland Trailblazers here in about 15 minutes. Stick around from that. We'll give you a Denny Avdia update. Taking on the Hawks tonight. Trade deadline. We'll give you everything. Do the same thing we said last time, but we'll do it again. And we'll do it live. Shout out to anybody on I-5 South in Vancouver right now. I pray for you.
Yeah, if you're
Not really because I'm not religious, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's never a bad idea to pray. It's if you're on I-5 southbound in Vancouver, you're screwed. There's a car stop. There's a wreck. Sorry.
Stop me if you've heard this before. And someone crashed their car on the I-5 bridge.
It's right
We
before
do that once a day in our opens.
Yeah, it's right before the bridge. So
Sorry,
if
amigos.
you're out there, if you can get around, if you can avoid it, do it because it's backed up for like 7 miles. It's like, ugh.
No gym for me today, wife. Sorry, I've
Yeah.
got to hit the bar because traffic is terrible. Your morning game, big nooner for us, I guess. Afternoon game for everybody else. On Sundays, Texans at Patriots. As we wrap up our division round look. Danny's going to be gone tomorrow, so I figured we'd get into this and we'll goof off and have some fun tomorrow leading into the weekend. The last game of the 4 that we got to get to is the Texans at Patriots. And I'll tell you what, Danny, we have, as I love to say, wax poetically about the
Kill Rufio.
I know he's going to die. About this Texans defense, and justifiably so. They are filthy. They're nasty. They beat you up. They want to hurt you. Did you see any of the sideline mic'd up of D'Amico Ryan against Pittsburgh?
Was he just losing his mind?
No, he's talking the entire game like, we need a scoop and score. He's like, we have got to force the turnover, pick it up, and score. They they hit Rodgers.
Then Rankins gets it.
No, in the first half,
Oh, yeah.
the ball comes out, and one of the O-linemen for Pittsburgh lands on it, and D'Amico just goes, we're there! Oh, so close. And he, does his run up and down the field sort of thing.
He just knows it.
He just knows it. He can see it. He's like, I know this can happen. The way this offensive line is playing, the way our guys are playing.
They were drooling.
And then if they get it,
Yeah.
to your point, then they get it later on the game, and D'Amico looks like $1 million. Kind of looks around at his coaching staff and players, and I'll tell you, if you ever need a coach to buy into you, that was the moment. If you were a player in that locker room, offense, defense, special teams, your strength and conditioning coach, wherever you are, if you needed a moment to believe in D'Amico Ryan, that was it right there. The dude was Nostradamus. He was like, we're going to do this and this game will be over. And sure enough, when they did that, curtains.
Look, man, coaches know.
Coaches know.
They know.
Especially former players that aren't too far removed. I mean, D'Amico probably played against Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see that. But you flip it on its head. This Houston Texans team is a lot more battle-tested, I think. They're a lot more experienced than a New England Patriots team.
By a lot.
By a lot. I mean, we've said this many times on this show. The New England Patriots, only team they've beat this year over 500 are the Buffalo Bills, who they lost to again later. They split the road games with wins. But the Patriots got themselves a guy, too, in Mike Vrabel, okay? His hand is heavy from the rings that guy's got. And the experience he has, the coaching tree he's been under, his other opportunities in other places. Vrabel, I think, deserves the same amount of cred that D'Amico Ryan does. Now, he doesn't have the team that's as experienced. He's got the better quarterback. He doesn't have the better defense, but he's got the better quarterback. I'd argue he's got the better weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, not by much. We're splitting a little hairs in the weapons, especially, I don't know, I haven't seen if Nico Collins is going to play or not.
If he's dead or not.
I assume he's probably not from what I saw on that. I really don't know how to factor this game. I think it's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be really low scoring. Look, the Chargers defense is solid, okay? Darwin James, I love him. One of my favorite players defensively in the NFL. That offense took 3.5 quarters to figure it out. Now, Drake May threw a dime to Hunter Henry to put that game away. But that offense didn't come out firing.
Nico's
in that game.
currently not practicing today because he's got the concussion.
Yeah. So that's a tough loss there.
Yeah.
But they've had to survive without him all year.
Yeah. What's funny is you look at the injury report right now for the Texans. These are the guys that are questionable: Nico Collins, Nico Autry, Azeez Al-Shahir, Trent Brown, Ed Ingram, Titus Howard, Kamari Lassiter, Sheldon Rankins, Jawar Jordan, Justin Watson. It's like, good gravy. So only Justin Watson did not practice today besides Nico. So everybody else is beat up, but good to go, it looks like. And kind of highlighting the Texans, you're talking about the Patriots and who they beat or didn't beat this year. So the Texans started out 0-3 against the Rams, the Bucks, and the Jags.
Ready to bury him.
And remember, they lost by 5, lost by 1, lost by 7.
But boy, it felt ugly because that offense couldn't do anything. And CJ was healthy at that time.
Then they strung together a couple of wins against, some bad teams in Tennessee and Baltimore. They lose the close game to Seattle. They beat San Francisco. They lose a field goal game to the Broncos. Then they rattle off wins the rest of the season. They have not lost since November 2nd. And it was an 18-15 game against Denver.
And I feel there is so much similarity in this AFC game as there is the other AFC game. New England and Chicago were the sexy picks to make the playoffs this year, correct? Of teams that didn't make the playoffs last year, New England and Chicago had all the buzz. A lot of it was Ben Johnson's offensive schematics with Caleb Williams, and the other was Mike Vrabel just being a stability coach. And here they are.
Vrabel's a good coach.
2 seed with a bye? Mm-hmm. Or 2 seed with home field advantage? Mm-hmm. I don't know if the Patriots expected that.
No.
So again,
I think it was a wild card team. I was like, I think this team is going to make the
Buffalo.
playoffs. Yeah.
Buffalo had some struggles all throughout the year, with teams in their division and teams outside of their division. The Houston Texans being one of them. But I think if you're a Patriots fan, and I true serum you're pretty stoked about how this year went. And I think you feel a little house money here.
Also, you should be terrified of this team.
You're also running up against a team that is battle-tested. The Texans are one of those teams that live in first-round playoff mediocrity. If they can play the Chargers, they win a game. Lots of times if they play anybody else, they don't. But here they are. C.J. Stroud's played playoff games. Mm-hmm. C.J. Stroud's made runs in playoff games.
He's won playoff games.
DeMeco Ryans is ready to punch you in the face. It's going to be a tall task for the Patriots. Drake May, welcome. You got one under your belt. It wasn't pretty. I think there's more pressure on Drake May to play better than Bo Nix.
Yes, I think so as well
because he has to be perfect. There's just no room for error. Not his fault. There's just no room for error.
But it's not even just that; it's what he's up against. That does anybody believe that the Patriots are scoring 20 points?
No,
or more than 20?
I don't. It's going to be tough to do that.
Do you know what the total is in this game? 40.5.
20-20, 21-20.
I mean, that's. I very much think this is going to be a 17-13 game.
It's not going to be pretty either.
No,
everybody's going to be real upset about it.
This is not going to be pretty football. 36 degrees at Foxborough, so it's going to be chilly.
It's going to be cold. Wow, everywhere's cold, huh?
It turns out
best weather's in Seattle.
It's like, what was it, like 48?
Probably. I don't know. It's probably going to be whatever here is.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be cold. Thankfully, it's earlier in the day. It's a noon kick here, so it's 3 o'clock kick there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like maybe 49 and clear-ish in Seattle.
So that's about 48. That sounds about right. But it's gonna be cold. It's not gonna be a comfortable game. I think that 48 to 54 degree range is like perfect football weather. Mm-hmm. You start getting below that, you get the heaters going on the sideline.
Yeah.
But this Texans
hits hurt.
That's the thing is this Texans, and who hits harder in this team?
Nobody
hits harder in this team. The question isn't, can the Patriots score on this defense? Because the answer is no. Because nobody does.
Yeah, nobody does. It's not a Patriots thing. It's a Houston thing.
It's can Houston's offense generate enough?
If you had to lock, is this your biggest lock?
Yeah.
I think mine's Seattle.
You're probably right. It's Seattle.
That's bold. I feel like.
It is.
Me being bold?
In terms of being a lock, that feels bold to me.
I really like the Seahawks in that game.
I just really look. I've again. I'll steal one from you. I've waxed poetically about the Texans all year.
Every single week we talk about the Texans. We talk about how great that defense is.
Even in that first week, we're like, man, this offense is rough, but good gravy, this defense is violent.
I'll take the Texans in a crappy game.
I'll take them too.
I feel like this isn't quite 10 toes down. This might be about 8 toes down because it depends on his hand. But I think the biggest lock to me is Rams-Bears.
Ooh, spicy.
I think that's the hardest game to call this weekend.
Picante.
I think that game can go 18 million ways. I think this game goes one of two ways.
Yeah.
Texans bludgeon them and win, or Texans bludgeon them and win closer.
That sounds like a lock to me.
So,
when we come back, I can tell you
10 toes down.
I can tell you what's a lock tonight with the Blazer game, is I know who's not going to play. We'll get to that next. Some Blazer chatter for you all. We'll check in, trade deadline, all that kind of stuff. I know you guys always ask, so we're happy to oblige right here. But first, we'll toss it to the Kahuna with sports.
That's that Hawaiian burger joint.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan, some news this morning out of Eugene. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning announcing today he is promoting Drew Maringer to offensive coordinator and Chris Hampton to defensive coordinator. Maringer was the Ducks co-OC and tight ends coach. He's been with Lanning in each of his four seasons in Eugene. Hampton, meanwhile, he completed his third season at Oregon. He was co-DC and secondary coach. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting the Giants finalizing an agreement with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh to fill their lead spot. Harbaugh amassed a 180 and 113 record in Baltimore and also has a Super Bowl title under his belt. The Trailblazers back home tonight, hosting CJ McCollum and his new squad, the Atlanta Hawks. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP. That would be 2.2 on your antenna. Xfinity channel 302 or 1016 for you fancy 4K folks. Denny Avdia, doubtful due to lower back soreness. Jeremy Grant is questionable with Achilles tendonitis. The Blazers are 4.5-point dogs. And ESPN reporting Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga demanding a trade. After starting the first 12 games of the season, he has not seen the court in the last 13 games. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m.
Hope y'all had a shitty day.
Yeah, you too, Brian Kelly. Welcome back in. We'll have 10 Toes Down today on a Thursday, as we always do at 12:15. Some of those are already coming in. 503-864-6326. Or over on the YouTube chat, we'll have some fun. Have some fun. We're halfway through the day, which means we're almost to a Friday. The Portland Trail Blazers are in action this evening. Runway clear for sports tonight, Danny. Blazers get the big TV for me today.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. See this Hawks team, which everybody's been talking to me about, as they were recent players in the trade deadline. They have now acquired former Portland Trail Blazer, pretty good player, C.J. McCollum. C.J. McCollum. So welcome back home to C.J. I believe he still lives here, correct?
He's got
a place.
He's got property. He's got a vineyard out by my old spot in Newburgh.
If I was able to swindle people out of the amount of money that he has, I would have multiple houses in many places as well.
Right? Real estate would definitely be the play.
Definitely be the play. As the Hawks come in to take out the Blazers, let's be real here. Let's get through it. Probably no Jeremy tonight. Definitely.
Well,
is it probable?
We're going to get the injury report here in a couple hours.
Okay.
I said yesterday, I expect Jeremy to be 40% chance he plays tonight.
I like that number.
I haven't heard anything else.
Oh, that's right. You said this yesterday.
Yeah.
I promise I was paying attention.
Yeah, no, that's okay. There's a chance he plays tonight.
It would be a nice boost because
They need it.
there's no Denny.
But he'll also be on a minutes restriction because he's coming off Achilles tendonitis whenever he comes back.
I saw something, and you need to correct me because I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure I know this, and I'm hoping you agree with me. I saw somebody say that since Denny is listed as doubtful, that this means 4 games. But doubtful doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
There's no game restriction on being doubtful.
No.
You know, we're going to take Jeremy Grant day to day. He hasn't played in 3 weeks.
No. I mean,
it's not very day to day, but you can say whatever the hell you
well,
want
no, I mean,
sometimes.
he
is day to day.
It was day to day. It was like, how are you feeling
How
today?
you feel today?
Like there was nothing torn. It's tendonitis. You just don't know. And so everybody's like, but my injury report. And it's like, no, dog. It is what it is.
It is wild how
We'll
much.
find another game to bet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is that all
Bro,
it is?
and also, if you're out there, if you just had me listening, stop DMing me about whether players are going to play or not. Number one, I'm not going to look because you get buried in the second page of my DMs. I clear them out like once every 6 months.
Wow, that was a flex, bro.
Well, no. Like it just does. It throws them there automatically. But number two, I'm never going to answer you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going to answer you on that.
Yeah.
Ever. Even if I know, like, and this thing is, a lot of times I know when guys are going to go beforehand, and I'm never going to tell you that because it'll get me in trouble.
Even I texted you the other day. I was like, is Drew Holiday going to play tonight? And you were like, yep. And I was like, well, that'll be a big bump for the team. That'll be fun to watch. Left on red. Like, damn it, Meringue.
But yeah,
The game's not for like 2 hours. I know you got a moment to look at my text.
Well, I was busy that night. You know what I was doing that
I know.
night.
I was
So.
just giving you
No, I
grief.
know. But yeah, no. Look, a lot of times I'll talk to guys and they'll tell me, yeah, no, I'm going to be good whatever night.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
hey,
I'm looking at Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm looking
like-
at Tuesday, whatever.
And I don't ever go anywhere with that stuff because number one, I don't want to go to jail. Number two, it's like it's
protecting sources.
It's not just that. It's like it's just protecting it in general. You just don't do it.
Well, let's live in the assumption that obviously no Denny tonight. Let's live in the assumption that there's no Jeremy tonight either. And then we see a run back of what we saw probably the other night. A Caleb Love starting at point guard, City starting as well, and then you've got Shaden.
And you'll have Drew starting, if not tonight, I would
He's gotta be
imagine in a week or so at most, I think.
And last game, I think he pushed to 21 minutes, so hopefully we see something around there. Maybe he gets 25, something like
It
that.
all
would be
depends on
nice.
how it's going to be a response thing. How do you feel the next day?
But as we said after that game the other night,
Ooh,
first
boy.
game without Denny, like, obviously I'm going to keep watching this game. It's a little hyperbole, and I'm being a little dramatic.
It's a rough watch.
And shocking. It's a rough watch, and I need you to give me a reason to watch. I don't care if the Blazers lose. I mean, I do because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But I don't care if the Blazers lose. This team is not going to win a title.
No.
And I think that's something to just.
But they didn't show up against the Warriors.
They didn't show up, and that's what I need.
And to be honest, I think that's the first time this season that they didn't show up. Now, when they got smacked by the Thunder and they got smacked by the Rockets
Or beat
won.
by the Pelicans that we're watching at a random bar by Camden Yards.
What would happen that night? They didn't have a single healthy big.
No, they didn't. And Pelicans were raining from 3.
Well, no, they had 88 points in the paint.
Oh, that's what it was.
Because they had
my memory.
they had no bigs, none. They did not have a healthy big that night. I was like, okay, what do we do? The Rockets game, it was game 4, game 5 of a road trip. The Thunder game, the Thunder just murdered them, and it was like, Well, this is over.
And
This game against the Warriors, for me, this is the first time this season they didn't show up. And I think a big part of that was the emotional letdown of your guy, your leader, your dude, and all the other injuries that you've absorbed this year. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was just like, we have been through so much. It's just, look, for a young team, it's just what happens.
It's like in Forrest Gump, after he's been running for thousands of miles, and he just finally turns around and goes, "I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
Think I'll go home now."
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Michael Clark Duncan in the Green Mile. I'm
Yeah.
tired, boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we always want to say, well, you're a professional athlete. They're human, man. Like
Right.
at some point in time, look, if you're a title contending team and that happens to you in the playoffs, that's different. But this is the regular season in January, and you've just taken body blow after body blow after body blow.
And I think there's something important that fans have to kind of, I don't want to say deal with, but kind of deal with. And I don't mean it in a negative way. The 9 seed is a nice dream. Hell, the 8, maybe the 7, whatever it is, sneaking into the playoffs or getting the play-in is a nice dream. But this team is not ready to compete. So wanting guys to play just because you want them to play is a dangerous place to live. Same with the trade deadline. Just because you want guys to get traded or bring somebody in, just because you want it, is a dangerous place to be. Jeremy does not need to be moved. If this team were in a better spot and you thought you could move Jeremy for a good piece or capital that you could turn around.
That's the kicker. It's what you get in return. The whole idea of people are like, well, you need to clear his books. Why?
Right. Nobody else is making money.
Nobody else is up for a contract.
Well,
and you need to have a contract that size if you're going to make a trade.
And riddle me this, Batman. Who out there is available that's going to change the projection of this team? That if Denny comes back in 3 games, Drew is fully healthy in 2 games.
And if you say Jonathan Kuminga, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, who out there is available? And don't give me this JG and 2 first-round picks for Giannis. That's not going to go down. So you tell me as a Blazer fan, you want to move Jeremy Grant for what? Just to move him? That seems like fantasy.
Yeah.
Like literally fantasy sports. Like, don't just do that unless you're really going to get. And who on the market is truly available that's going to change the projection of this team this year?
Like if you
Nobody.
If you said you wanted Michael Porter Jr., who's more expensive and his back is a ticking time bomb, just waiting to go off, but you were like, he's younger, he's a better shooter, he's got a little bit more
Championship
offense,
experience.
all those kind of things. Not my Huckleberry.
Not mine either.
But if you wanted to have that discussion, I'm like,
But if the best player available for you right now to turn your season around, quote unquote, is Michael Porter Jr., buddy, pack it in.
Yeah.
Pack it in.
and don't get me wrong, he's been really good for the Nets this year, but he's also been in that feature role as the number 1 guy. Where any other team, he's not going to be that. And I can already hear somebody going, well, Denny's been in that. Yeah, Denny's creation is significantly more valuable.
With Denny out, the Blazers need Jeremy to be the guy. If Shaden's going to be up and down, he's still a kid. He's still got a lot to go. He can have great games, and he can
You can
kinda
have Drew and Jeremy there as to act as guardrails.
Exactly. They're going to give you what you expect them.
They're
And
pros.
some nights Jeremy's going to have a better night than Shaden, and some nights Shaden's going to have a better night than Jeremy. But I know what I'm getting out of Jeremy every night, and that's huge.
And that's the volatility of young players.
Yeah, this isn't. You know me. I'm not an anti-Shaden.
No,
guy.
you're anti-Shaden. You hate Shaden Sharp.
I guess I hate
Cue the
Shaden
text
Sharp.
up about Shaden Sharp and me saying I hate him.
No, he's just a kid, and he has up and down games. There are times that he drives me absolutely bonkers, and there are times when I see him completely horizontal making a dunk. When I go, ah!
Now, and listen, because I am sometimes probably a Shaden apologist. And
I
don't-
can be too.
And I don't want to poop on the kid. But yes, he is still young, but we're in year 4. So at what point? I get
never
it, but
played
at
a
one
college
point,
game.
at what point do we quit saying he's still just a kid?
When he's not a kid,
Year 4.
when he's not closer to my oldest kid than he is to me.
We are in year. Well, that's never going to change. But still, we're in year 4.
Is that how math works? So Shaden Sharp's 40, and he's still closer to my 13-year-old than he is me?
It doesn't change.
Damn, I hate math. What am I in 18
unless your
years?
kid's Benjamin Button.
What am I in 18 years? 58? Woof. Nah, I'm kidding. I can't wait to get old. Being old's going to be so awesome.
Yes, you can wait. Trust
You
me.
can wait.
Being
sucks.
old is going to be so awesome.
It sucks.
I'm so stoked. When we come back, Web Gems, everybody's favorite. Cry Eagles Cry. We'll finally get to it. 105.1 The Fan.
Sometimes it's good.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time.
Sometimes it's bad.
No, son of a...
It's Web Gems.
What'd you do?
The Firm of Harris and Meringue on the Fan Sports Network. 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Give you a sneak peek of the big nooner here on the Firm of Harris and Meringue. We'll get to new Duck coordinators at noon as they have made that official, the internal hire. So we'll have some conversation about that. We'll ask the question, not going to even ask anybody outside? You just kind of know where you're going? I had a nice conversation with Andy Dirt Johnson about it as well, and so we can get into that. It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday as well. Some of those are coming in. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. Unequivocal answers, 10 toes down, no wishy-washy. We'll give you the truth and how we feel. You can't sit on a fence post. You got to go full bore. Web Gems today is brought to you by the City of Brotherly Love. I can't think, I got some buddies that are diehard Eagles fans. So I try not to crash on them too much.
Those are the ones that I want to crash on the most.
They are a very passionate fan base. I think
starts at a young age.
I think if you were able to live in a city where all four of your major market teams mattered, would be really, really rad. We live in a city where we have the Blazers. We have an adjacent high-end college football team. And we got one of the best fan bases in an MLS squad. But we don't have baseball. We don't have football. We don't have hockey from the high end. Obviously, Winterhawks are great. We love them. Great friends of ours. So I think it'd be rad to be just super diehard and passionate in Philly. I think what rubs everybody the wrong way is throwing batteries at Santa Claus. That's what rubs people the wrong way. But this came in over the weekend after the Eagles' loss to the 49ers. This is a young Eagles fan caught on the streets being asked about how he feels about the Eagles' loss.
Yes, this was a huge letdown. This was my Christmas present, and I got a loss.
Oh, no. You probably would have rather had Cole, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm feeling two of two things. A, I want A.J. Brown packing his bags, and I want him somewhere else that is not here. I love you, A.J., but, you can't make those drops in that game. And I also want Kevin Patullo flipping burgers at, the local McDonald's or something. I don't care.
Why do you say that?
Whenever he's an offensive coordinator, it's like he's flipping burgers. One side, he's cooking. One half he's cooking, and the other half is completely raw.
How old is this kid? Do we know?
He's got to be
10?
10, 11.
Just vicious.
Flipping burgers is how he calls plays.
Sometimes he's cooking. The other times it's just raw.
Whoa.
You know that when he watches games with Dad is just dropping line after line after line. Now,
Dad's got no filter.
He got some of that stuff from Dad, because there's not a 9 or 10-year-old in America who's going to say flipping burgers at the local McDonald's.
I will say this,
bro,
though.
you might be lucky to have that job when you get that age.
I will say, didn't sound like the kid had to pause to correct for the profanity, which means Dad's dropping lines without dropping bombs.
That's apparent right there.
You know what I mean?
I don't believe that about anybody in Philadelphia.
Hey,
maybe he's so polished.
There's some strong Catholics in Philly. I'm just saying that.
Maybe the kid is so polished. Sometimes when I get a little loosey in the tongue, the wife looks at me and goes, radio. And I'm like, oop, and I button it up.
Yeah.
Maybe Dad's got him on that.
Yeah.
Like when they watch games and Mom's at the grocery store, at church, whatever she's doing, and they're watching the games, he goes, what did I teach you, son? Don't say bleep, Dad.
Yeah.
So he knows when he's around Mom, I don't swear, but when I'm around Dad, Patullo, there's a lot more bombs being dropped when I'm around Dad.
There wasn't a lot of the kid was letting it fly. You know what I mean?
Spoke very eloquently.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There was some juice there. And look, we were teasing this a little bit the last couple of days. That kid has been baptized by birth in Eagledom.
Oh yeah.
That is.
I mean, he is. I like turtles.
Yeah,
in the Eagles.
Yeah,
that's what he is.
Yeah, some kids they can watch their mouth, and then there's mine.
Get that bug on my toy!
Exactly.
So it happens, but look, that is a passionate sports fan family.
Yeah.
That's not a kid operating on his own. That's a kid with Dad, with uncle, a guy you call uncle who's not actually your uncle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
His favorite player is Lane Johnson.
Yeah, you know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, AJ Brown, I love you, but you got to go. Like, there's real love. I'm not
Of course,
mad.
that's my
I'm just
teammate.
disappointed.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
my
what I mean?
teammate. I want you here. You're clearly high-end talent.
There's some advanced emotions there. He didn't call A.J. Brown trash. He didn't even call Kevin Patullo trash. He even said, he's at the table cooking. He said sometimes he's cooking, but sometimes it's raw. He didn't like. There's some that kid. That's an elite ball knower.
That is an elite ball knower.
This isn't you're trash. You're awful. It's not the Philly fan in the top of the stands.
What do you
who's
think?
just everything sucks. You're the worst. You're the reason why my life sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's some advanced knowledge and emotions. Like, there's an emotional intelligence in this kid. Now, look, somebody texted or had on the YouTube comments. I don't hate for the paycheck. I hate for the love of the game. That's a hate for the love of the game, kid.
What do you think Monday at school was like for him?
Oh, are you kidding me? Every kid is playing that clip on their phone.
Ushered in as the Messiah.
They're
just carried him into class.
It's like Spider-Man in the train with
Yep.
Toby
It's
Maguire.
Toby. Yeah.
When they're no, don't take his mask off. Like, that's like they ushered him back and set him down gently. Like, that's what I visualize that as.
I'm worth $1 million.
Exactly. He's Shark being carried
Yes,
away in any given
100%.
Sunday. Good on that kid. I'm happy for him.
No, that's a visceral takedown without using profanity, without calling anybody trash. Like, he explained his point.
They interviewed him, and he looked at Dad, can I do this? And Dad said, you know what to do.
Yep. Crushed it. That's Dad looking at him and the kid stepping up and going full Babe Ruth.
He got McDonald's in a blizzard that
Oh, 100%. No,
Yeah.
he got a cheesesteak.
night. He got a
cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Or a chicken cutlet. I don't know.
Pat's or Geno's?
No, come on. It's always Pat's. Geno's more famous. Pat's is better.
I've never been to Philly.
Really?
Nor have I. I have not either.
Nope, I've never been to Philly.
I've never been further east of Minneapolis.
I was going to say next year for Army Navy, but we're in New York next year.
NYC, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the next year is Philly.
Philly after that, yeah.
All right, we come back. It's the big nooner. The Oregon Ducks have made it official. They've got their offensive and defensive coordinators both come from in-house. Might be a good read, but did you want something a little more? Plus 10 toes down, hang with us. One more hour to go. 105.1 The Fan.
I'm Pat
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan, we had some news this morning out of Eugene. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning announcing today he is promoting Drew Maringer to offensive coordinator and Chris Hampton to defensive coordinator. Maringer was the Ducks co-OC and tight ends coach. He's been with Lanning in each of his 4 seasons in Eugene, and Hampton just completed his 3rd season at Oregon. He was previously co-defensive coordinator and secondary coach. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting the Giants finalizing an agreement with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh to fill their lead spot. Harbaugh amassed a 180-113 record in Baltimore, and he does have a Super Bowl title under his belt. Over in the association, the Trailblazers back home this evening. They are welcoming into town CJ McCollum and his new squad, the Atlanta Hawks. 7 o'clock tip on KUNP. That is 2.2 on your antenna. Xfinity channel 302 or 1016 for you fancy 4K folks. Denny Avia doubtful due to lower back soreness. Jeremy Grant is probable with Achilles tendonitis. The Blazers are 4.5-point dogs. And ESPN reporting Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga demanding a trade out of San Francisco. After starting the first 12 games of the season, he has not seen the floor in the last 13 games. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks Game Day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every single day from 10 to 1 p.m. Thanks for being a part of our day. We're happy to be a part of yours, wherever you may be. Coming up after us, we'll tune it over to Duck Insider. Some big news in the Ducks world, so you want to catch that show out as well. The Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3 p.m. and Primetime's back in full force. Isaac Ropp feeling healthy. I heard him on the airwaves last night. You'll get the Primetime Boys from 3 to 7 to take you all the way home and get you even a bonus 1-hour edition of Recruiting with Andrew Nemec to give you 14 hours of live, local, continuous, regional sports talk radio. Thanks for making Portland the Fan Sports Network #1 here in this wonderful, wonderful city we live in. It's 10 Toes Down Thursday at 12:15, so you can get some of those in at 503-864-6326 or the YouTube chats. We're happy to have you over there as well. We've got new Oregon Duck news.
We do.
I was going to give you a day off, Danny.
No,
I really was. I didn't have it on the show sheet. We moved stuff around today because there was breaking news. I figured maybe it'd be nice to let it breathe for a moment, but, the hits keep on coming. The Oregon Ducks have officially hired their new coordinators for the 2026 season. They are promoted from both within. It is Chris Hampton to run the defense and Drew Maringer to run the offense. This was kind of the rumored thought of where Dan Lanning was going to go. I spoke to Andy Dirt Johnson a little bit and kind of asked him what he felt. And I think he's happy on the defensive side. I think he's questionable on the offensive side. That they both come with a little bit of history.
Well, Hampton's been a DC.
Hampton's been a DC, and it's gone okay for him in places that he's been. He was at Tulane, right? They beat you guys in a bowl game. And Maringer was at Rutgers and did not have a great time there. But there's a little bit, it's a little twofold here. I think you got to trust Dan Lanning and his guys and his system, but I think there's a little left to be desired from Oregon fans. We've talked about this at length. Dante Moore coming back is going to be a preseason Heisman favorite. The Ducks are going to be a preseason Natty favorite. This is a very, very desirable job. I don't know if I necessarily have a problem with the internal hire, but I think I would have liked to know who was interested.
So
what potentials could have been.
Just talking to guys and asking around, because that was my question. Because they have gone out of house recently for numerous jobs, right? And I was like, so how much of this was we like our guys versus what's available out there, who we could go get or who we could take away. And it turned out that they like their guys. And it sounds like these deals, these contracts have been done for a little while, but they wanted to make sure that they had all their ducks in a row, so to speak, as far as like what transfer portal looks like, what the continuity looks like, everything else that kind of comes along with that. And it makes sense. So do you want to, if Dante Moore is coming back, let's take the offensive side of the ball first. If Dante Moore is coming back, do you want to bring in a new coordinator who has to change their terminology, change their vocabulary, change some styles around some things? Or do you want somebody in Maringer who's not going to change the terminology, who is going to – look, the system is going to mostly stay the same for the most part, but every coordinator is going to have their own spices. How they go about it, how much of each seasoning they go with.
You're speaking very rationally here, Danny. I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, I don't know if I like this.
So
pro Oregon Duck hire over here,
it's not,
Danny
it's not
Moran.
necessarily a pro hire.
I'm
It's
just
just
giving you
I know, but
This
it's
is like that meme gif of the little blonde girl kind of shaking her head around.
I think you're right, and I'll take it even a step further. And I know you were talking about Maringer on the offense, and Hampton's the same way on the defense with that whole D-line coming back. You've got your freshman corners coming back. In theory, your nucleus is there.
And he's a safeties coach, so he works with the secondary, so the stuff on the back end is going to stay the same.
This team was in the Final Four. This team was on the doorstep of going to a national championship. I think you bring up a great point there. Do you really, really want to rock this boat? Do you really want to fundamentally change everything? Because
and I don't think they didn't make that change out of fear.
No, I don't think
I don't think it's like, oh, we don't want to.
I think it's more out of confidence.
Yes.
Yeah. Like this was rolling. Look, you ran into an absolute dump truck, steamroller in Cignetti and this Indiana team with the Heisman Trophy winner, who are favored to win the Natty by 8 points. Okay, it might have just been that. Was that loss ugly? Of course, that loss is ugly. Doesn't feel good 2 years in a row to go out in the playoff like that. But you're close. You're knocking on the door, and I think maybe to your point. If Amari Washington does go to the draft, if, Thieneman, who is going to the draft, goes, Dante goes to the draft, and let's say, I don't think there was any rumor of this or anything, let's say, Gary Bryant Jr. decides to go into the portal, or Poncho decides to go to the NFL, okay? That might be your opportunity to go outside, to kind of completely change. You're bringing in Dylan Raiola, a new quarterback, et cetera. You can find something that's maybe more friendly to what he was used to at his time in Nebraska. That I understand. I think for me, it's really only just kind of the what if. I said this about Oregon's offense all year with Will Stein. I want to see it aired out against good teams. And if Dante throws 3 picks, so be it. If Dante throws 4 touchdowns against Iowa, so be it. But I kind of wanted to see that. My only fear, and this is a fear as a watcher, as someone who covers this team for this fine program we have, is I don't want more of the same, because there's a lot of limitations.
Why are you holding on to that? Because you will not put that responsibility on Dante. Because you keep going back to Will over and over again. Why?
I think it's because I want it to be on Dante. And you've made great points that Will Stein was not opening the offense to Dante because he didn't think Dante was ready. Well, when is Dante going to be ready? That's what I want to see. It's a little bit to your Shaden Sharp kind of situation where it's like, put it on Dante. I want to see it on Dante.
But you don't.
Well,
this is
I don't fully know that.
Here's the thing.
Well, or like all of a sudden in that Rose Bowl where they unleashed Justin Herbert and his legs.
Boom. I want to see, and if I'm wrong, I'll eat it. 100% eat it.
But do you want to do that in the Rose Bowl? Do you want to do that in the college football playoff?
No, which is why I didn't want to see it against Indiana.
And here's where I'll go with this. When we talked about earlier, coaches know. Like DeMeco Ryans?
They know.
And look, again, I'll always go back to the Justin Herbert and Cristobal. Fine. But also, Cristobal knew he didn't have wide receivers. He knew that that was probably like the bigger, they can't get any separation to save their lives. Why would I do this? Why would I take that and add something? It's like, I'll use the example of Macho. Like I've used this reference before. The Great British Bake Show. If you've watched it, you know. If you use matcha, rosewater, or pistachio, you're losing. You're losing.
I've never seen the show. I love all 3 of those, too.
If you use one of those 3 ingredients, pack your stuff. You're going home.
All right, well, rosewater can get right there.
It's disgusting. Should not go in food.
What's the SpongeBob meme? Oh, daring today, are we?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, It's eccentric. It's fun. You like the idea, but unless it's done perfectly, it blows up in your face.
I think it's also easy for me personally to sit here and say that because I'm not invested. I'm not an alumni. I'm not a fan. I want to see
or you're not the coach.
I want to see it as content. I want to see it as just good football. Because if we sit here and talk about Caleb Williams or Dante Moore, who have the throws and you've seen them, well, I want to see him put in a position to see that more consistently. Ben Johnson succeeded with that in the NFL. Now, NFL, college,
let's use
different
that
kind of
example.
stuff. Also, Dante is 20 years old.
Okay, flip it. And again, this is not about Caleb Williams versus Dante Moore. It's because sliding scales of when guys hit their stride, hit their peak, when they development arcs are all over the place. Some guys take longer. Tom Brady, perfect example, right?
The example.
Yeah, like some guys take longer. Some guys accelerate through it. When Caleb Williams hit the field for Oklahoma, did you know?
The game he came in.
Yes,
I knew.
You knew. And what ended up happening?
He won a Heisman Trophy.
Lincoln Riley went, here's everything, dog, as a freshman. So this whole he's too young. No, it's not that he's too young. He's not ready for it right now.
But I will counter also, Arch Manning is not ready.
Perfect.
But Sark gave him keys later on as the year progressed.
But did he get the full keys?
No, but he got a lot more keys, I would say, than Will Stein gave Dante.
But what did Arch do to deserve that?
Played better.
And that it's always chicken and the egg. And again, we're not at practice. We're not in meetings. We don't maybe I'm a coach apologist across sports.
And maybe I'm a player apologist.
I was probably on, to be fair, not even probably, I was where you were. But then I started talking, and again, it's NBA related. When I start talking to players about other players, and I go, hey, with Terry, why hasn't Terry? He's like, no, it's not Terry's fault, man.
Yeah.
Or with Chauncey, it's not Chauncey, it's holding him back. You guys they're honest, they can't help but be. Now, and there's been times when I'm like, hey, Chauncey needs to give him a little more slack here.
Sure.
A perfect example, Chauncey benched Shaden last year. We talked about it, and everybody agreed it kind of needed to happen. But I'll tell you this: Chauncey didn't go to the vets and clear it. He didn't necessarily clear it, but bring them into the fold so they could help soften the blow. And they were like, "Yeah, he probably should have done that." So it's not like a coach is like God. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to do things a little bit differently, but they know. Like the idea of I want to see Shaden handle the ball more. No, you don't. His handle's not good enough. We can all see it. He needs to work on that. The reason Denny is getting more and more and more is because what? He's doing it.
He's getting better and better.
He's getting better and better and better. And to get better, you need to get more. No, behind the scenes, you need to get better.
I think some of it, too, is a little bit like Trevor Lawrence this year in the NFL.
Took him a long time.
And it's eventually I'm going to need to see it. I'm going to need to see it. And college has so much more room for error.
And it's a perfect example of the coaching side of it.
Has so much more protective blankets on it for sure. And you can baby a lot more in college. You can also mask a lot more in college. I think it's just that I so desperate. And this is maybe my impatience. And this is kind of talked about when we were talking about Blazers about, chilling out a little bit on the trade talk just because you want to trade. Chill out on getting players to play just because you want to see them play. I also just want to know now. I don't want to wait.
And that's the reality.
I want to know now if I'm right or wrong on Dante.
The reality is there's not that many Calebs. There's not that many Jeremiah Smiths. Those guys are
they're already
freaks
there.
of freaks of freaks. You're like, when you see a guy play, Jadeveon Clowney, that's an NFL player. Put him in the league now.
Myles Garrett,
that's an NFL player. Put him in the league now. You know what I mean? Those guys, you have one,
we had that a little
maybe
bit,
two of those guys.
A little bit of that in basketball too. Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, those guys are ready.
Argue right now. Cooper Flag could play in the NBA last year. Totally
Easily.
fine. AJ DeBonta this year, put him in the NBA right now.
If you are to flip it on its head to go over to the defensive side real quick, you're totally fine with Chris Hampton.
Yes.
To the sense that not only is his track record decent, but this was kind of something I talked with Dirt a little bit about, that if things, let's just say disaster happens, all right, and things aren't going well on the defensive side, Lanning can take that over if he needs to. I was a little critical on Tosh Lupoy this year. It felt like that's a Lanning defense. As the season progressed, I saw more and more of Tosh Lupoy doing his thing, putting his little accoutrements, kind of putting his identity
Work
more
with a truffle. It has a lot too. You only need a little.
There's no, this isn't saying that Dan Lanning knows nothing about offense, but that's not his forte. If things are going sideways, there's no I don't know what to do there. And part of that is that I'm just not a coach, and I'm watching. I'm sure there's things you can do, but that's why I was curious about this offensive hire. And I was just also interested in who out there might have been interested.
Again, I've heard that they had other candidates that they were, they would take a look at. They have an active list, kind of always, which every good program is going to have that. They're going to keep tabs on other guys. That's why they're able to get Dilly. That's why they're able to get Stein. Like they knew what they were looking at, what they were looking for, those kind of things.
If you're able to keep these guys for 2 seasons minimum, I think it's a great move.
A little bit of continuity.
Just have a little bit. Because Tosh and Will were here for a couple years, and that built continuity.
And you don't have to go full Philadelphia Eagles and go through 5 offensive coordinators in 6 years.
Yeah, and it's not continuity like you said earlier, like we're too scared to rock the boat.
Yes.
But continuity.
That's a bigger problem.
That's fear.
Yes. Operating out of fear, especially in college football right now, nope.
But continuity because you know you're close, that's big.
Yeah, that's better.
The Oregon Ducks, they've found their coordinators, and Chris Hampton on the defensive side, Drew Maringer on the offensive side. There's a whole lot of time between now, the spring game, and now in the opening game of the 2026 Oregon Ducks season. I'm sure we'll come back on this at some point. Coming up next, it's everybody's favorite on a Thursday, 10 Toes Down. We give you answers to your questions unequivocally. No wishy-washy here. No fence-sitting. Get those in, 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. This is Portland Sports Leader 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
They know where I'm at, 10 toes down.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, it's a Thursday, my friends. That means we are doing 10 Toes Down here. So Matt have a little room on the board, 503-864-6326. Probably a double 10 toes today. And we'll send you packing with closing arguments following that. It's a Friday for Danny-ish.
10 toes down. I hate moving.
Dude, do the Blazers play on MLK Day?
No.
They play on Monday?
No, I don't think they got the game this year.
Oh, okay.
No, they don't, because they have games Saturday and Sunday, which is why I'm moving tomorrow.
Man, you working on your day off? Why do you want to work so hard?
No, I'm not. Monday, I've got nothing, thankfully.
Yeah, tonight and then back-to-back on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
And then off until Thursday.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Let's get into this. This is 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15. You guys send us questions. We answer them unequivocally. No wishy-washy. You got to be firm in. 2 feet on the floor. This is something you taught me, Danny. Probably the most valuable thing you have ever taught me. If I'm being serious for a moment. I will 10 toes down. That 10 toes down has been one of the most valuable things you've taught me since
It just makes you decide.
Just make you do it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, dude, I am such a wishy-wash. I'm such a pushover.
I
care way too much.
I had explained to Tiff the other day because there was something I was wishy-washy on. I wasn't strong on. And I was like, she's like, is this how you are with a lot of things? And I'm like, absolutely not. We have a literal segment on the radio called 10 Toes Down. If you ask
Caused by you.
Yeah, and if you ask anybody who has known me for any period of time, who has interacted with me, I don't suffer from being weak on things. In anything in life.
We've been doing this since late July, Danny.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm aware of that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It was funny to hear her say that. It was a little bit like, damn, was I that soft on that? God, that's not me.
Soft.
Yeah, I was like, I clearly need to be better at this. You know, it was one of those things.
We'll start off here. This has come through the text line for a lot. This texter texts this in, and I'm willing to give you a shot here. I triple your current salary, but you got to move to Starkville, Mississippi, and host a show talking nothing but Mississippi State sports, including calls from listeners. Do you take the deal?
Yeah.
You do?
A heartbeat.
Not me, my friend. Is Mike Leach the coach of Mississippi State?
I don't care. They're fun,
maybe
fun little team.
Also,
no. I've been to Starkville. It's a cool town.
Also, tripling my salary is not the flex you think it would be.
Also, tripling your salary in Mississippi is the flex you think it is.
There you go.
Buddy, I've seen what houses go for down there. Property. You would live like a king.
I'm surprised you haven't moved to Texas yet.
I mean, I got real close in 2016.
I know you did.
Got real close to doing it. If I ever go anywhere, it'll be one of Texas or Tennessee, I think.
I'm a no. I'm a no, and it's not just because I got young kids and don't want to move them around, things like that. I love the Northwest a lot. I really do love it up here. And it would have to be a substantial amount of money to get me to move.
Here's the thing.
Even though it goes further in Mississippi.
I don't think you truly understand how far it goes down there.
No, I understand. No, I think I understand.
You would have a lakefront 4,000 square foot house with everything imaginable.
I was going to say, old Crazy Eyes McGinley. He showed me the house that he was
Bruh,
buying
exactly.
moving to Alabama, and I was like, wow.
Oh, I get it, guys. I think you fail to realize how
But I don't
much
want to
I
go
love
live in
it
Alabama.
here. I think you just fail to realize how much I love it here. I've lived all over the Northwest, and I'm obsessed with it.
I get it. I'm
I don't
born
want
and raised here.
I don't want
to go anywhere else.
I don't want to visit here. I like vacationing in my area.
You're an hour and a half.
I go other places.
You're an hour and a half from the coast. You're an hour and a half from skiing in the mountain. And, while it does rain, it doesn't rain as much as Seattle. But,
brother, first thing I pull up, house in Starkville, Mississippi. I'm going to show you this just so you can see it. That's the house you could get.
For $500K?
$492,000 gets you a 6-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,400 square foot house, ranch home with vaulted ceilings.
I want stairs.
All of the things, massive kitchen, built-in bar, a backyard that is just unfreaking believable.
Sounds like what my wife told me.
Right? Built-in fireplaces, brand new everything in the kitchen. I mean, this would be a $2.5 to $3 million house here.
Yeah, but you have to live in Mississippi.
Exactly. Boom. Roasted. Like, I don't want to live in Mississippi. I don't care if I'm on the beach.
Absolutely the F not.
Look at around that. Look at around that pool. You're burnt grass. You're sweating all the time. No, thank you.
huge yard.
No, thank you, dude.
Your neighbors all got summer teeth. Some are there, some ain't.
I knew he was going with that immediately.
You've never heard that one volcano? You've never heard that one before?
No. Summer teeth?
You've never heard the summer teeth?
Summer here, summer not.
Some are there, some ain't.
Oh, God.
And look, man, you know what you can do? You can talk a little Alabama football. Tuscaloosa ain't that far away.
Where are you on taking callers?
I would never do it here.
Well, I mean, we as a station don't do it. So it's not about would we do it here. But are you
like even if it was on the table, I wouldn't do it here.
I don't think I'm interested in anywhere.
I think I would occasionally.
I want to
in SEC land.
Yeah,
because I'm not all the time. It's funny sometimes.
Well, legend. I mean,
it's funny sometimes.
I think it's great. I am always pro finding more ways to interact with our listeners. For you people out there, I try to show up to some of our watch parties and our events, and I want to interact with you all as much as possible and build a nice relationship for us over the years. Callers is just, I don't know, man. I
mean, Oxford ain't that far away. Memphis ain't that far away.
I think of what a lot of it is for me is that when I listen to other shows that have callers, I want to listen to the show for Jason Sukanik and Isaac Ropp. I don't really want to listen to it for other people. Like, I like my hosts, and maybe that's old school me in sports radio. I listen for my hosts.
Well, and I feel like the reason, most of the reason these days that a lot of programs do not take phone calls anymore is because of things like the text line and the Twitters and the YouTube chats and that kind of thing.
Plus, so you don't have to sit there on the.
Plus, we'd have to have somebody screen the calls.
I hated those days as an intern.
Yeah, you want to add that to your plate, Rusty?
It's terrible.
4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot house on a lake. $500,000.
10 toes down. I'm not moving to Mississippi.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I don't even think I'd go. I don't even think I'd leave the West Coast. There's like only 3 states in this country I'd live in.
My wife always tries to tell me too about like how much of the the real estate like in and around Boise and Nampa and whatnot. I'm like, no, absolutely the hell not.
Boise rules.
Boise is a cool town.
Nah.
Boise rules.
It's getting to be a cool spot.
Outside of Oregon and Washington, where would you live?
I wouldn't say I'd live in Oregon.
You wouldn't say Oregon?
Not if I can live in Washington and benefit.
You said there's 3 though. What are the 3?
Washington, Montana,
Colorado.
So
Okay.
yeah, Montana I could do.
I could get convinced to California, not L.A., but I could get convinced to California.
Where in California?
Right, Central North, Bay Area.
Ugh.
If you could afford it.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon's fine. There's a lot of Oregon I'd like.
Yeah, I'm not going south of the Bay in California.
Yeah, probably me neither. I mean, I like Bend a lot, obviously. Hood River would be dope. I love the city of Portland. I lived in North Portland for a decade. I'd love to live in North Portland again.
Right,
Hood River is a cool spot.
You can buy 2.5 acres on the lake, empty land, for $85,000.
Yes, and
Does
listen,
British Columbia
and there's
count
a
as a
reason
state?
why it's so cheap, because it sucks.
I don't know, man.
Does
you triple my salary?
Does British Columbia count as a state? 'Cause I'd live in BC in a heartbeat.
I mean, no, it does not count as a state because
Yet.
it's a Canadian province.
51st.
Yet.
You gonna go to Greenland?
Holy catfish!
This is 10 Toes Down. We do it every Thursday. We'll take a break, come back with some more. Last call for you, 503-864-6326, or on the YouTubes. There's Rust with Sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, we had some news out of Eugene this morning. Oregon head coach Dan Lanning announcing he is promoting Drew Maringer to offensive coordinator and Chris Hampton to defensive coordinator. Maringer was the Ducks co-OC and tight ends coach. He's been with Lanning in each of his 4 seasons in Eugene. Hampton, meanwhile, he just completed his 3rd season at Oregon. He was co-DC and secondary coach. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting the Giants finalizing an agreement with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh to fill their lead spot. Harbaugh had a 180 and 113 record in Baltimore, including a Super Bowl title. Trailblazers back home this evening. They host familiar face CJ McCollum and his new squad, the Atlanta Hawks. That's a 7 o'clock tip on KUNP. 2.2 on your antenna or Xfinity Channel 302 or 1016. That's the 4K one, I guess. Denny Avdia, doubtful due to lower back soreness. Jeremy Grant is now probable with Achilles tendonitis. The Blazers are 4.5-point underdogs. And ESPN reporting Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga demanding a trade. After starting the first 12 games of the season, he has not seen the floor in the last 13 games. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Felt it right there.
He's a big ass boy. Yeah, they.
This is 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15. Double time today. Thank you for joining us on a Thursday or a Friday if you're Danny Meringue. Let's see here. What do we got? Your texts in about places that you like these days are pretty funny to me. Coeur d'Alene is freaking awesome.
Coeur d'Alene's dope.
I was born in Spokane.
If you're white.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware of how nice Coeur d'Alene is. Coeur d'Alene's super nice, but Rust, you are correct. What? I also love Portland is a freaking S-hole. Love that.
You could not triple my salary and get me to move into the city of Portland.
That is such a wild take. That is such a wild
Nope.
take.
It's my S-hole.
Yeah, I want no part of it. None.
Hood River and the Dalles suck. If you can't do aluminum plant or educated, you can't afford it. That's true. It's pricey in Hood River.
Well, I feel
Is
like
the
Hood
Dalles
River and the
getting up
Dalles
there?
are two very different.
I agree. One is a desert. The other is a forest. I wonder if the Dalles is getting upper and upper. I'm sure it is.
I mean, yeah, like all things.
Like all things.
It is what it is. Again, that's if somebody said, I'll triple your salary, you can move to Dallas.
Well, that's easy. Dallas would be rad.
Gone.
Well, especially for our world. Like,
Yeah.
Dallas is a great sports city to live in.
I mean,
I think it would. I think the Cowboy stuff would wane on me after a while. But
Mavericks
talking
exist.
Mavericks, Stars. Obviously Texas football.
Yeah, I'd be just fine. I'd hit up a radio buddy of mine who works down there and be like, "Hey, bud, how's it going? How's it going?
Hey, it was my friend first.
Got an opening? You got an opening here, Gavin? Oh, come on down."
Let's see here. 10 Toes Down. I give you an all-inclusive 14-day Viking cruise down any river in the world. Which river do you choose?
Oh, that's easy, Nile.
Yeah?
Nile.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of stuff in the Yellow River in China.
That'd be dope.
It has some, huge cliffsides.
Well, you also
and,
have the biggest
forested
dam
area.
in the world.
Yeah.
But no, Nile.
Yeah,
Anybody else got any more damn questions?
I hate this as 10 Toes because I'm trying to rack my brain of all the best rivers in the world.
Well, I mean, Nile and Amazon are your two longest.
Sure.
I mean, you've got Yellow and Yangtze and
Well, you get
China.
to the Amazon and everything wants to kill you.
Yeah, but see that Nile, you've got some stuff that wants to kill you. You got some gators and some crocs, and you've got all this.
You got gators and crocs over there?
Nile, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
It's Africa, buddy.
With Egypt.
10 most stunning rivers in the world.
Mhm.
The Tara River in Montenegro. That looks nice. If you would like to see these.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty.
That looks nice in Montenegro. That's all we got. I
Get
guess,
a scroll. There you go. Do.
It's terrible. The Rappa River
Yeah,
in Sweden.
Sweden.
Hey,
Yep.
that looks kind of cool.
A lot of these places, like where you see, like
Scotland. That is dope.
those are like the scenes you see from movies. A
I
lot
feel
of them
like
are shot that.
Scandinavia could be a
Yeah.
cool one, yeah.
What is an all-inclusive Viking cruise? What is that?
Well,
look like?
Viking is the brand, I'm
The
assuming, like
ship line,
Carnival.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like Nordics.
No, I think Viking.
Viking
I
Cruises.
think
No. Viking Cruises is one of the
Yeah.
not
your
brands,
Carnivals,
but companies. yeah.
your what's the Virgin, what have
Carnival, all those, yeah.
Yes.
Like Viking Cruises, they do a bunch of like Nordic cruises, like where you can go into like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, that kind of thing. You can go check out all the fjords and go along those coastlines and stuff like that. It's super, super cool. I haven't done the cruises, but I've done the trips up there.
There's one here in France. You know I love France.
Yeah, you go. There's the Yangtze. Yeah.
There's the Yangtze.
Yep.
The Kenai River in Alaska. Yep. That's where
Alaska, there's a bunch of Alaskan
that's
cruises.
where the
through-
bears are,
Yep.
right? Isn't that the live look at the bears?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to go hang
Oh,
out.
that'd be
with the
super
bears.
dope. But no, for me, it's Nile, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done those before, and it is awesome. Like, I think I've mentioned this before. My favorite place in the world to go to is the Cradle of Civilization. There's just something about that part of the world, man.
Yeah.
It's the oldest, but most historic. Look, if you have the opportunity to go, and you can go from obviously war permitting, through Israel, Syria, Egypt, and go through that part of the world.
I think the Caucasus would be really rad
That's
too. Yeah.
right there, the Balkans in Italy, like that part of the Mediterranean, that part of the world in Turkey, man, there is nothing like it. You go to Petra in Jordan, go see what people built into a cliffside, like no power tools, or you see the pyramids. If you see the pyramids and your stomach doesn't just empty and your brain doesn't short circuit, you're not human.
I'll tell you what, it's not going to be the Willamette.
No, the poop-filled Willamette is not on the list.
You know, the Columbia would be cool if you went all the way up into
Canada?
because it starts in Montana and then goes up into Canada
Yeah.
and down. That would be cool.
That'd be kinda-
if
that'd
you
be
wanted
kinda
something
dope,
in the
yeah.
Northwest.
I mean, it'd be fun.
Snake's a lot of desert. You don't want that. No.
And then also, just to wrap it all up, you are never getting me on a cruise ship.
No?
No, thank you. Absolutely not.
Do you not like the water?
I don't.
Sorry, like in
Or is it
Philly,
being
water?
stuck? Is it being stuck on the ship?
Yes, it's being stuck. It's the claustrophobia thing.
That's why I didn't go to the Navy.
That's
to be
why I
dead
struggle
honest.
with like movies set in like a submarine or anything that's like in a cave.
Can you
know
not,
what I mean? Even
like-
even space movies, those freak me out and trigger my claustrophobia.
Oh,
You're
I want to
just
live in
stuck-
space
You're
so
just
bad.
stuck in the space ship.
So
I
like
wanna
with
live
Tom
in space
Cruise,
so bad.
Tom Cruise stuffs himself into the missile tube in Mission Impossible, the submarine, and goes out that way and has to wiggle through with his shoulders.
God, did that hurt me?
Is that in the new? Is that in one of the new
Oh
ones?
yeah. Have you not seen the Dead Reckoning 2? Oh, buddy.
They're the only ones I haven't seen yet.
Bangers.
There
I'm
was
like
a-
holding on to it for some reason.
Yeah, no, they're good.
Why
They're
I
fun.
don't just watch
There was
them.
a Ryan Reynolds movie too, where he was buried alive and just. Oh my God, that was such a hard watch for me.
See, Hunt for Red October is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Great flick.
So
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Love it.
A little late and semi off topic. It's all right, buddy. I put this in 10 toes for you. Does the Raider #1 pick become more valuable now that Dante Moore isn't coming out?
We talked about this a little bit yesterday. 10 toes down, absolutely, unequivocally, without a doubt, yes. It skyrocketed in value.
10 toes down, yes. I think you're going to hear some. It's the Ty Simpson
because
narrative.
you got one less top level target.
The Ty Simpson narrative is going to be really fascinating to me. How that comes out of the Mel Kipers of the world and the ESPNs of the world. I'll be fascinated to think what they think of Ty Simpson because he, by all accounts, was number 3. The gap between, from an NFL prospect, the gap between Fernando and Dante wasn't very big, but I think the gap between those two and Ty is very big, and the gap between Ty and everybody else is large.
So if you want a quarterback named Fernando Mendoza, price of the brick just went up.
Yep.
You know, shout out. Where's Omar when you need him?
This Dante Moore coming back to Oregon is Danny Meringue's favorite thing in the world.
Oh,
because
love
he
it.
Just made that pick so nice.
Love
for
it.
you.
Like circumstantially, it could not have worked out better. Because if the Raiders are like, we really like Mendoza, but you know what else we really like? We like 2 first-round picks in 4 seconds. You know what I mean? Like,
And then you wouldn't feel required to say good things about Dante Moore.
I wouldn't do it anyways. If he sucked, he sucked. Like, I never once said nice things about Jamarcus Russell.
He just like
Ever.
ripped that pin out of the grenade and just threw it in our room and said, "Have fun."
Well, I mean, I'll be dead serious. I don't care if you play for my team. If you suck, you suck. You will never, ever, like, if the Blazers get somebody on their team that is just flat out not good, I'll be nice about it, but I'll tell you they ain't good.
I don't think I've ever talked more trash about somebody who played at my school and went #1 overall in Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Like, it happens. Look, Cam was great at Miami.
I don't
Wasn't
want
great at Wazoo.
I don't want you to play for my team and suck. That's not fun.
Yeah.
I'll go full Philly kid about it.
Yeah.
He's out there like a line cook. Sometimes he's cooking, on the other side it's raw.
Out here catching babies unlike Aguilar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Simple things.
That is 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15. We appreciate your participation. When we come back, it'll be closing arguments. Oh, wow. We're already here. Day's over, guys. All right. Closing arguments is next. 105.1 The Fan.
The firm of Harris and Meringue is wrapping up for the day.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
Which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth!
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth!
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Leskin Law, one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Coming up on the program tomorrow, it'll just be a solo show with yours truly. My buddy Alex Ryan-Emmy from Altitude Sports Network will join us. We'll talk a little Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. We're going to have a little fun. Chat a little bit about Mario's approach and Dan Lanning's approach with QBs, which way you'd prefer to go, what you like. Touch in a little 48 hours later with Dante. We'll have a little fun with the NFL playoffs, what to expect. We'll chat a little how to find your coach in the NFL. There's some fun audio there from Ryan Fitzpatrick. Little Blazers, little NBA. And it's me, dude. You know we're going to talk a little baseball.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, there's a lot to get to. Let's see. Finish up
Probably going to be a whole lot of you in that segment.
That's all right. Finish up some things from around the world of sports today. Speaking of baseball, Clayton Kershaw set to join the World Baseball Classic roster. That'll be a nice old vet to have on that squad. Alex Bregman also announced that he is going to play for Team USA, which makes me think,
would work the same.
Which makes me think Pete Alonso at first, Bregman at second, Bobby at short, and Gunnar at third.
I'm just going to stare at you blankly until we get to the actual breaking news.
Jonathan Kuminga wants out of the Warriors?
No. No, Jeremy Grant is probable tonight.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Jeremy Knight. That means we only had one game of the nobody's playing. I would like to keep it that way. That's great.
Yeah, no, this was the hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It was
We're
probably gonna go today.
Yeah, what are we looking? Minutes restrictions, probably?
100%. He's
Yeah.
coming off Achilles tendonitis. He's 100% gonna be on minutes.
So what do you think? 15 minutes?
15 to 20.
15 to 20 minutes.
So
That's not bad.
No.
Just let him shoot.
It's another serviceable body out there.
Blazers going to get killed tonight.
Probably.
Damn.
But the Hawks have also played like doo-doo.
I
But
don't
they're
understand the Hawks team.
Well, I mean, Jalen Johnson's Danny is competing with basically one other guy for most improved player,
Yeah.
and it's Jalen Johnson.
I don't get that squad at all.
Well, they're pivoting.
Well, I know they're pivoting. Like I understand that. It's more of like, don't they have a first overall pick that can't play basketball?
No, Riza can play.
Okay, all right.
No, he's fine.
Who's I thinking of?
You're thinking of Riza.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the #1 overall pick in the Donovan draft.
Boy, let me tell you, the Eastern Conference of NBA, if it's not, Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, my Pacers, Cleveland, outside of that, like, I'm out.
Every now and then I have to be reminded that the Washington Wizards exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not the Bullets anymore?
Yeah, no. Who's going to win the East is
Should be fun, though.
Oh, yeah, no. But here's the thing. Is there a single team in the East that you think can beat one of the Thunder, Spurs, Thunder,
Freudian slip?
Yeah. Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets.
No, I do not.
Like, it's no.
Side note, thinking about the Eastern Conference, why isn't Jaylen Brown getting more love for MVP?
Oh, don't say that out loud. Now he's going to hear you and go out there and be like, hey, see? But no, he should be a finalist. He's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he's really, really good. I thought that Boston team would be fun to watch this year without Tatum, just so people can shut up and realize that Jaylen Brown might be the best player on that team.
I know
we differ on
Tatum. Look, I respect how good Jason Tatum is. He's just, again, not my Huckleberry.
Yeah, and he's mine.
Yeah.
I like his
jumper
fluidity.
looks like it's built in a lab, and I don't mean by like a good jumper. I mean like by a mad scientist. That thing is Frankenstein together, and I hate every people like Celtics fans. You can't tell them anything about Jason Tatum without being like, God, basketball God, he's him. It's like there's nothing aesthetically pleasing about his game.
I will never understand the phrasing of "he is him."
Yeah,
I won't get it.
Timothy Chalamet, dude.
It's because
I don't get that either.
I'm just
old. I'm way too old for it. Yeah. Portland Trailblazers sit in the
6'7".
Sit in the. Damn it, Russ! Knock it off.
You're the one who keeps.
You're the
bringing
one
it
that
up.
keeps saying it. Worse than my 9-year-old.
8-9.
8-9, 4-1, whatever the hell it is. Let's see. Blazers sit in the 9 seed right now, 19 and 22. A little bit of a gap between them and the Warriors. 3 games right there. They're the only team under 500 that lives in the play-in. Oh, no, Memphis is there
Yeah.
too. I mean, this is what you want it to be, right? Mm-hmm. We're halfway through the season, are we not?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess we're in a good spot.
They're legitimately there right now.
This is what everybody wanted, right? At the beginning of the year, as I got destroyed on the text line for saying the Blazers aren't winning a title this year.
6 or 7 more wins right now than they did at this time last year.
That's a great improvement.
Yeah.
I know everybody
If
wants.
you do that over the course of an entire season, guess what that is?
I know everybody wants 41 and 41, but can I present to you 38 and 44?
I mean, look, I picked this team to win.
It's not bad.
I picked this team to win 40 games.
That's great.
That's what I said from the jump, and that was with them being healthy.
How come you can say the Blazers aren't going to win a title, but if I say the Blazers aren't going to win a title, I get eviscerated on the text line?
I don't know. And look, they're not winning a title this year. I saw the text about they could win a title here. No, they can't. They absolutely can't.
Not even with the Giannis.
Unequivocally. They cannot. Whatever money you want to put up against it, I'll go 2-1. They can't win a title this year, and that's fine. They're not supposed to.
Clippers are starting to play a little better.
Yeah, what do they want? 11 out of 13?
Yeah, 8 in the last 10. They could be the one that sneak in. We're waiting for Memphis to continue to go the other direction.
Yeah, look, Jaw's the guy that's on the market. Don't be surprised if Jaren Jackson Jr. is the one who's moved. Full reset.
Oh, like move them both? Or just let Jaw's contract expire?
Well, they can hold on to Jaw and maybe he recoups some of his value. Because here's the thing. Jaw plays, they suck. Jaw doesn't play, they suck.
I think they're on TV right now. In Berlin.
Yeah, in Europe, yeah.
80-73 right now, Orlando over Memphis. I need a Western Conference team. Oh, I guess I'm picking the Rockets. Man, that feels so gross.
I'm Spurs.
Yeah, I know you're Spurs. I still want to believe in Jokic in the Nuggets. They got one more.
He's ramping up.
I want to believe they got one more run. I saw they've been playing well without him, too.
Well, I mean, Jamal Murray's a really good player. He's just weird. He's
injuries, too, with
that's
him.
what I was going to say. You're waiting for his knee. Like, that's the thing. His knee is just oof.
In something that's going to probably piss off Blazer fans and should be no shock to you, I really like watching the Thunder. I do.
Oh, no, look. Watching
I like SGA.
Watching is fun. I don't really like SGA.
And I do.
I love his game. I think he's, again, I've mentioned this before on air, right? Canadian basketball players are weird. They're all weird, including Shea. They're all weird.
They're all weird.
Every single one of them. Find me one that's normal.
I always lump Kawhi into that, too, but I know he's not.
But it's the Toronto,
because it's the Toronto thing.
But no,
Might
like
as well be.
There's just something about the Canadian basketball development. They're all just different cats, every single one of them, and they all have their own brand of weird.
I was going to have a conversation tomorrow about the Lakers, and I still am going to. What do you sit with that? Is that a weird team or what?
Yeah, that's the team. I mean, Rich Paul went out and said the thing that the Lakers should trade Austin Reeves for Jaren Jackson Jr. That way the money isn't all tied up in the backcourt, and Austin's one of his clients. Get him over to, or Jaren's one of his clients. Get Austin over to Memphis, get him paid, all those things. But,
I read they hate Dalton Connect.
Well, yeah.
Are they supposed to?
Remember, they tried to trade him.
Yeah, they tried to trade him for a guy who didn't pass the physical.
They did trade him.
They did. God, that's got to suck so bad.
And then you had to welcome him back in. You're like, ooh, how about that? Excuse me. More awkward welcome back. Damon Williams or Austin Reeves?
Damon.
Or Dalton Connect.
Oh, I think it's Damon.
It's Damon.
Dalton Connect never said he didn't want to play there.
No, I know that, but you told him you didn't want him to play there.
Well, he's sad, but he still plays for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Damon Williams has got to be like, hello, fellow Husky football players. How are you today, kids?
Got to walk into that locker room and just be like, just kidding.
Just throw up the W.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Psych.
No, it's weird. That's for sure.
I hope there's a video that surfaces of Damon Williams somewhere going, Dubs down, Dubs down. What a disaster. What an unequated disaster.
Gotta make you take a bet one of these years where you've got to go Dubs up with like a UW t-shirt and hat on.
Nope, I don't make bets like that. I refuse to. I'd rather lose cold cash, sandwiches, name it.
That's the point.
I'd rather run around the block naked.
That's the point. Yeah. I want it to hurt.
I would rather run around the block naked. My fat, jiggly body running around and it's cold out. So, I was in the pool.
Shrinkage.
I was in the pool.
We're running through the quad down to the gymnasium.
I'd rather do that.
Snoop a loop, bring a green hat.
I'd rather do that, man. I can't. It's just there are some things that are not worth it. My pride is too invested. It's just not worth it to have the opportunity to. There's one thing to get embarrassed. There's another thing to like really, really hurt yourself. I can come back. The Huskies win a natty. I can come back from that. Wearing a purple shirt and a purple hat. throwing up a dub. Dude, I can't come back from that. That lives in infamy.
That's the point.
Yeah, there's
No.
evidence
It's
of that
supposed to
forever.
hurt.
Yeah, no, and I just won't do it. Call me a coward all you want. It's not going to happen.
Coward.
Not going to happen. You can't convince me. It's not going to
I'm
happen.
gonna shave a W into your head.
No way. Where? I don't have any hair.
It's in your mustache.
I don't have a mustache.
Just
I
a-
accidentally
Just a
shaved
little
it off.
tiny one.
Can't really tell on the YouTube. It's coming there. It's slight. It's slight. I feel silly. Closing arguments brought to you by Les Skin Law. Visit LesSkinLaw.com for more information. Peace treaties, not war plans. Check out LesSkinLaw.com for more information. That'll do it for us, Danny. Have a great weekend. Good luck moving. We will see you all tomorrow. For Danny Marang, that's Jeff Rust. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.